Yeah, unfortunately, ads just straight up, like, the algorithm stalks everything you're doing. Unfortunately. So there's going to just be moments where... and Zen got hurt. It will it will figure out your shit pretty easily if you, how you say it, if you end up, what do you call it, it'll figure out your stuff before, sorry. It'll figure out your stuff before, what do you call it, like, if you've been on the internet, like, even for 2 seconds, you know, ads.
Bro, DuckDuckGo's advertisement for an app that tells you your phone has a virus but doesn't has gotten so out of hand that I had to switch to Firefox.
Wait, what? DuckDuckGo's advertisement for an app tells that tells your phone has a virus doesn't has gotten out. So what? Out of hand that I had to switch to Firefox. Okay, weird. Like the DuckDuckGo's an application? I just thought it was a search engine. That's weird.
It was. But it gave me ads.
It was, but it gave me ads. What? Weird. I guess that makes sense. I just never thought of that. Interesting. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. Girl, I gotta go. Sorry, no. Alright. I actually don't have much to say today, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put on some... I did say that this was a focus session. I'm going to try to do my best to focus on just...
Can you guess what I managed to do today?
What did you do today, if you don't mind me asking? Okay. Today we're gonna have a focus session. I want to actually not focus on, like, I want to focus on, how you say it, what do you call it, sorry, one moment, tonight I want to just kind of focus on the drawing. I'm gonna see what it is like if I just focus on drawing and don't have like a video in the background that I have to consistently talk about. It may be a little boring, so fair warning. But I want to see what will happen if I just do that. Because unfortunately, certain topics just end up like... To be fair, I think it's mostly talking to people. But, we'll see what happens. We're gonna put this onto the background. We're gonna put some music onto the background, and I'm gonna like have like an intense focus session. Usually I have something to talk about though that happened today, but I just don't today, which is interesting. So I guess if you guys have any questions, my full attention is on you guys right now, so... Oh, oops! I forgot to enable YouTube chat, my bad. Sorry.
I was working on the metals and MK1, and when grinding the metal smooth, a spark hit my hoodie and it chopped.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I hope that you're okay. Well, hopefully your hoodie didn't get singed too much. No, this music is too... This music is too quiet, or is too, calm. Hold on. We need, like, tenser music. Hold on, I need some, like, rock music. I need some metal. Hold on. One sec. Because this is not focus music. This is, like...
Why did it get cut off?
Good question. It's because I was resetting it for YouTube chat, which probably now YouTube people are gone, but that's okay. Yeah.
I can resend it if that would be easier.
Oh, you're good. You don't... Resend what? What are we resending? Oops, someone's not been horseified. Hold on. Party horse. There we go. There we go.
The paragraph about the incident.
Sad horse. Paragraph about... Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping your hood didn't get singed. Okay, hold on, this music is too boring. We need metal. Hold on, I need some metal. One sec. We need some more.
I was working on the metals and MK1, and when grinding the metal smooth, a spark hit my hoodie and it chuffed. I managed to put it out, but I'm hurting pretty good today because of that little incident. It was my fault because I forgot to zip up my leather jacket to protect it.
Oh my god, I hope you're okay at least. Honestly, I hope you're okay. Alright. Here, let's try this. This is gonna be loud as fuck. Volume warning. There we go. This is kind of cover music, but that's fine.
Only minor injuries, nothing I can't come back from.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe not the best, it's still kind of more soothing music, but like, still. Alright. I have food right now too, so I should probably, like, I'm gonna go back and forth between like eating, like taking a bite, and drawing, and then trying to respond, so. Ow. I'm gonna be like very loud with my chewing. So if it detects it, just let me know, because just let me know because I have a few cold sores on my mouth. So I'm eating like really sloppily right now, so.
Kinda upset about the damage going to the hood since I've had it my entire superhero career. Fixing it when it gets damaged. I managed to fix it this time too, but too much more damage and I'll need to retire my first hood.
Yeah, but then you can, what do I call it? But once that happens, you know, then, you know, you can go to the next hood, and it'll be like the new Zen suit, right? You know, nothing lasts forever, you know. You're still Zen, it's just, you know, you just have to get a different hood eventually. And maybe that'll be, you know, don't see it as like a loss, see it as an opportunity. Because if you lose that hood, or like something with that, like where something happens to that hood, just recognize, you know, you can use it as an opportunity to do something even cooler, right?
Maybe I do that thing in Ventus where they put the suits into a display case.
That would be cool. Up to you. It'll be a good time capsule, you know. Basically, each time you have a new suit, like, you'll keep track of what you've been doing over the years, and you get to look back on it. That would be cool. All right. Anyway. Oh, fun fact. Did you know Cisco Foods was,
I started a series of tutorials on how to make a metal exoskeleton. I posted the first video today.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Hi, I'm back. EI gang. Haha, react to my cartoons. AE brainworms.
React to my cartoons brainworms? There's nothing, like, which one? And today is more of a focus session, I'm sorry. So, I'm probably not going to be saying much this stream, but I will do my best to just respond to you guys tonight. So. Fun thing I learned today, what do I call it? I don't know if we watch this on stream, but apparently Cisco Foods owns about 90% of like the food market, like for local restaurants and shit. Which is really funny to think about because like, while people typically talk about like certain food is like higher quality than others, apparently just certain ones just can't keep can't keep the food like fresh enough, I guess. Which means Cisco Foods like owns like, which means if Cisco Foods like fails at one point, we're all just fucked.
Well, I'll let you focus. Have a good one until next time. I've been meaning to read a little anyway.
Well, you're good. You can keep talking on stream. I'm just mainly drawing and focusing, so. Like, your input is probably as more needed this time than usually with videos, so. When I react to videos, I'm like, I'm focusing on just the videos. So.
I have the opportunity to do something funny.
Go for it. What's the opportunity?
You gave me explicit permission.
Alright. To be honest, it might not take as long. The levels are much fucking harder now compared to what they used to be. So I'm probably going to go through hell right now. But, considering, we're there. Alright. I walked into it, so, I walked into that myself. Alright. Let's fucking torture myself for a few moments then. Alrighty. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. No, wait, that's gonna be loud as shit. No. Ah!
Sony computer.
Alright. Here we go. This probably won't take that long, maybe. It's trophies.
I usually ask if you are fine with it, but you gave me permission this time.
It's, I didn't recognize. It's the trophy level, or it's a level with trophies. I thought I didn't do the crystal yet. Oh. Oh no. Oh, fuck me. Alright. Alright, this one's just pogos, so it might actually not be too bad. This is just tic-tac-toe. We can do tic-tac-toe. I don't actually...
You don't need to. I just had too many points.
This one's just Tron. Well... No, you redeemed it, so I'll keep my promise. It's alright. This is like... It's just Tron. Not necessarily Tron, but like... God. Alright, great start. Anyway, Cisco Foods, am I right? Yeah, no, I didn't think about this, but yeah, like, apparently Cisco Foods is like a company that uses, how do you say it? That uses, what do you call it? Basically has like most of the local restaurant chain or local restaurant like places in Chokehold because it's like always there. It always happens to be their food. Like, so basically, if those places went out of business, then or Cisco went out of business, then every other place would be fucked. Like, they would be like ultimately fucked to the highest degree, because I guess a lot of local restaurants use Cisco foods, which I did not think about until like until a lot later. No matter what it is, even if it's like sushi and shit. Really, fuck you, Ripperoo. I love you, Ripperoo, but I unfortunately don't have a, you fucking me over really wasn't that great. I'm your biggest fan, but, what was I gonna say? Am I gonna lose? I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna lose! I thought I was fine. Oh, God. Nope. Ah, fuck it. I was adjusting my fucking volume. No! The volume's too high!
So basically, fuck you, I'm your biggest fan.
Fuck you, I'm your biggest fan? Yeah, pretty much. I love Ripperoo, man. Ripperoo is fucking awesome. I love the original voice actor for it. Like, rest in peace, but man, dude, he's a fucking... Dude, he's awesome. Like, he's such a crazy maniac. Like, I just, maybe I know it sounds a little weird to like a maniac, like, villain, but, I just like how he's not, like, any character that's, like, got, like, any, like, extra complicated bullshit. Like, the cool thing about Crash Bandicoot villains is, like, they're all kind of, like, satirical from each other. But Ripperoo is just straight up like, nah, he's just fucking insane. Like, no crazy extra, like, oh, he's crazy because of XYZ experiment and, like, super, he's a mutant, obviously created by Cortex, but it's not like, there's no, like, extra special thing, like, with him. He's not just, like, someone that had, like, experiment gone wrong that happened to be...
he's just some delusional dude who's evil.
Yeah, pretty much. He's just, well, he's not even necessarily evil because he's not evil just because, like, he's literally evil. He's not necessarily evil, he's just crazy. And I think that's a great thing about him. He's not like Embryo, where he's just insane, or where he's just crazy because because he's like a mad scientist and wants to like betray Cortex and like tries to betray Cortex all the time so he can rule the world himself. Instead, it's more of like Ripperoo is just fucking insane. That is it. He's just nuts. Like, and the only reason why he he just likes chaos. The reason why he tried to kill Crash is literally because he just is crazy. That's it. It's not literally because, like, Cortex, like, he also did it because probably Cortex wanted him to, but, like, he just likes chaos. He loves bombs. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Like, he drops, like, the nitros and, like, the TNT that he uses, like, or that he's dropping, like, yeah, that's his whole fucking thing. He just loves, like, chaos. He's got, like, the cartoony-esque, like, Acme, like, freaking, like, the influence is based off of, like, the Looney Tunes characters, obviously, but I think that it's just great that he's just insane. That's it, like, when he races you in, like, in Crash Team Racing, he just races you because he's fucking insane. just because he wants to, like, wants to fucking, not, like, he doesn't want you to be alive.
The RLSH community has another public representative now. Goes by Heartbreaker.
Ooh, that's cool. I hope, what do you call it? What do you call it? Tell me about him. May as well. Since I'm losing like crazy. Yeah, I knew he was gonna do that. Oh. Damn it, I need, like, speedy shoes. I need some speedy shoes. Of course, those are way over there. bitch! Oh, fuck. Never mind. Motherfucker. Yeah, he's obviously targeting me because unfortunately the AI has been just like, for some odd reason, like ramped up in this plugin. I don't know why, or like in this exported version. Damn it, dude! Fuck! I need like a missile or something. No! Ah, oh, you bitch! God damn it! Fucking monkey anus face is fucking
Not too much stuff other than what I just
shit.
said, but it's the one in the RLSH comic that you saw with the blue heart and red suit.
Oh, I did not know that. That's cool. Glad to hear it. Duh! Oh god, I thought he was gonna... Oh no, he's gonna just missile everybody, and he's gonna hit me. Nope. Wow. Okay, wow, he really missed. God. My fucking lord. My god, let me have a box, you bitch! Fuck off! God damn it. God, give me a fucking crate, thank you. Jesus Christ. That was some fucking bullshit. That was some BS, dude. Yeah, that was some grade A BS. Yeah, of course, fucking monkey anus face. Like,
what's the goal here?
The goal is literally to get the most points. Like, you hop around, and you, like, fill space, and then it's like, then you get points, you know. The more points you have, like, you know, like, if you have the most points, you just win. But, like, you know, the reason why, you know, but, you know, if that doesn't sound that fun, to be fair, it can be a little intense, but not intense for the reason of, like, fun. It's
so
just
move around avoiding the others and getting boxes.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Well, no, you have to get the boxes before everybody else. The main thing that, like, there's obviously, like, items and shit, but mainly you're supposed to avoid, like, whatever obstacle is, like, put in place. Like, this one's just Ripperoo. Like, where he just, like, places, like, bombs and shit. But, there's other ones where, what do I call it? There's other ones where, you know, where there's, like, just other obstacles in the way. Mainly the power-ups are typically, like, obstacle enough, but with this one, they probably were like, oh yeah, well, missiles and speedy shoes aren't enough, so we're gonna... What the fuck? Oh, that's the button that actually launches the missile. Whoops. Oh well. God damn it, dude. The only fucking annoying thing is the AI is clearly, like, much higher, like, with the exported version. Like, because they were not this smart. They don't get this smart at the beginning, but I think what's happened... And I lost. Yeah, with, like, at the beginning, like, pretty much, what do I call it? Pretty much normally they get, like, usually slowly harder over time, but I think with this version, like, it's based off of, like, whatever, like, power your computer has, so I think it's just giving me the hardest AI. Like, at least, like, one of the hardest ones it can give me, at least, compared to probably, like, previous, like, you know, compared to the original game.
You're free now. Hello all.
You tried? You're free now? Not really. I have to at least, like, I have to at least go until I, like, at least rage quit, or at least until I win. That's the problem. I have to win. I have to at least collect, like, a gem or some shit. Like, the only reason why, like, I tapped out previously was because I failed way too many fucking times. But this time, I think I can just win. So, you know. Let's see. What were we talking about before? Cisco Foods. I was trying to remember what the hell we were talking about before. The reason why I'm also, like, going in squares as well is because if you, like, fill in a square, you end up, like, what do you call it? You end up, like, filling in the entire space. Like, all the inside of it. That's the reason why I'm trying to go in squares right now. Because you can get more points that way. But unfortunately, they also keep stealing the power-ups too, so I can't fucking...
It's like Link. Send the vigilante. Suboptimal. Stop posting Link's warning.
God, I almost fucking lost again. I almost lost again, dude. Jesus Christ. Suboptimal. Hold on, sorry. Here, I'll pause this for a second. Hit pause for a second. Let's see here. I don't know what the pause button is for Crash Bash, so... Or on this keyboard. I don't know what you said, but we'll take a look at it. I'm gonna take a bite of my food, though, because you gave me an opportunity now. Hold on, let me just... Oh. Hmm. Anyway. Um. Oh. Okay. Um. I guess I have to look at the actual Nightbot thing because for some odd reason.
I kinda want to see how far in the loop screen can go. Sounds like a fun thing.
A loop screen can go? Oh, we've already done that before, and it drove people insane. So, did I just close the tab? Oh, it didn't. Okay, cool. Let's see. It's like paper.io. Yeah, pretty much. It's paper.io, but instead you have to collect crates and shit. So, this is probably a way more boring version of it. This is the reason why it's a torture, because this game is frustratingly, like, so bad that, like, it just, some things are just blatant luck. Like, this game fucking is annoying. So, like, it's not, that's the reason why it's a punishment and not a reward. So, like, you know, like, it is blatantly the most annoying rage quitty game you could probably play. Because not only is it, like, you know, I'm gonna call it, not only is it, like, just, you know, poorly, like, made, it's also just a really, like, annoying.
So unless RNGness smiles upon you, you're fucked.
What's up? Unless RNGness smiles upon you, you're fucked? Well, here's the funny thing. When I was younger, I used to be weirdly really good at this game. The thing is, though, like, it takes a lot of, like, patience, and, like, you have to kind of know what you're doing in order to be able to beat, like, these. So if you're somebody that is, like, just blatantly, oh my god, Embryo, get the fuck out of my way! God, dude, like, he just wouldn't get the fuck out of my way. Alright, anyway, oh my god, you little bitch! Fucking that, you see what they were doing? They were just, like, standing in front of me, trying to prevent me from getting the boxes. That's the annoying part. The fucking AI, like, consistently stands in front of you to make sure that the other people can just win. Like, or can make sure the other people can win, which is so annoying. Like, what was I saying? Yeah, no, it's fucking annoying as hell. Like, yeah, no, there's a way to beat this by skill.
So the machine is a little too smart.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it basically just does what it basically does, like, almost everything near perfectly, and it just doesn't fuck up that often. So it's like, in order for you to win, you just have to, like, you have to just kind of know a lot. You have to just kind of predict everything, like, better, right? Like, and you can predict stuff in this game, you just have to kind of learn it. Like, I was able to fucking demolish this game when I was a kid. Like, I was able to almost beat, like, I was able to beat absolutely every single fucking challenge in this game. But, like, but unfortunately, what do you call it? But unfortunately, as an adult, I do not remember all of the strategies, so it's really fucking hard to, like, figure it out. You have to do everything near fucking perfectly.
So you have to find the patterns and then you win.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, here's the funny thing. Not necessarily, you just have to be good at, like, you just have to kind of, I guess that's it. You just have to have pattern recognition, so. You also have to, like, you know, deal with the CPU's, like, annoying behavior like this. Like, you notice how they all grouped around me to, like, try to trap me from getting the boxes?
Color. I'll be stream lurking. I need a night to myself.
Oh, you're good. You're good, Super Shaft. Appreciate you hopping on by. Yeah, you notice how, like, the fucking bots were, like, straight up, how you say it? You notice how, like, the bots, like, 2 of them were trying to sabotage me, while 1 of them is, like, trying to get the crates? That's just normal. Like, right now, like, I think they're trying to make sure that, yeah, they're trying to make sure that fucking
I can see that
monkey anus face was clearly, and I won. Good, cool. See? All I have to do, like, see, y'all here is just, you know, y'all helping me with that shit is, you know, y'all really make this experience much more tolerable.
You done
it. Yeah, I did do it, thank God. Cool. And now I can save this as the 21st.
You got good.
Yeah, exactly. It helps when you're calm and when you're like, it helps when you're calm and like you just like breathe for a second. Like some things are just bullshit, but if you actually just, you know, learn like the way that they fucked you over the first time, then you can probably figure out like how they're gonna fuck you over this time. So, you know, so at the very least, though, even though they fucked me over a lot, I did learn like how they were fucking me over. So it helped. It really did. So, anyway.
This reminds me of that time I was stuck behind that old lady trying to use Tampay at the register.
Stop.
Anyway, good night, caller. I should go to bed.
Not you. Alright, you have a good night, Zen. Appreciate you hopping on by for a bit. And then Super Shafts is lurking. Okay. Who else is here, perhaps? There's a Bang. Hiya, Bang. How's work? How's errands? How's your day in general? I might actually pull up a video, considering, how you say it. Unfortunately, I don't want to, because this is a focus session, but probably should.
Thing. Make
sure that this is also on stream. There we go.
So they've never committed to anything.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Super Shafts. I probably won't be talking much this stream. But since you're lurking, I might as well give myself something. At least, so at the very least, I'm not just like sitting here, just like freaking, just like I say, I'm not just sitting here like in mostly silence. Unless you don't prefer me to talk like super crazy, but yeah, we'll go to the videos. Let's see what we have here. For once, I know I'm probably going to regret this, but All right. Sorry. Go to watch later. Anything and submit videos to watch? There is a few things. That's already been watched. Adam ruins everything. Interesting. This is one that you submitted, so we will look at this one first. Yeah, I have seen Adam ruins everything clips, so yes. Oh, this is a huh. I have not actually seen this one. I've seen the one where somebody actually actually has broken this down like way before. I'm kind of surprised that that show like also copied this guy. Interesting. Or copied the original. That's interesting to think about. Sure, we'll take a look at this. I'm gonna put this at the forefront since your videos have been recommended, so fuck. Hold on. Need to refresh. Yeah, we're gonna watch your videos first, so. Alright. Yeah. I am all too familiar with all of this, but I'm interested if, yeah, this is only a 2-minute clip of it, so, you know what we can do, though? Hold on. One sec. Which episode is... Hold on, sorry. Because we're gonna actually learn about it fully, so... Hold on. Hold on. One moment. Hold on. One moment. Ruins everything, because I actually have the full version right here, so... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Let's find out which episode this is, and we will take a look at it. If not, I will just take a look at the titles. I just need to find out which season it's in. Season 1, Episode 9. Alright. Let's see here. Let's find out, shall we? Down, 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 down. Let's pull it up right here. Let's hope that I don't get in trouble for this shit, but, you know. And just in case, we are going to also do something else real quick. Picture. I'm going to change the I'm going to change the color up a little bit real quick.
I briefly saw the video I submitted.
Oh, I know. We're about to watch the full episode of it, so, you know. We're gonna put a little bit of color correction on it, though. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. It's gonna be very purplish. Sorry that I can't. It's gonna look really weird, but fortunately, you know, we'll see if, like, you know.
The man behind the video.
Well, yeah, we're gonna watch the full. We're gonna watch the full episode. Like, allegedly, of course, on my legally obtained copy.
Man behind the slaughter reference.
Man behind the slaughter reference. Oh, I did not catch that. I'm sorry. Oh, this is just full volume. Can I not change the I want to lower the volume at least a little bit. Hold on. Let me lower the volume just a little bit. Hold on. So I don't want this, like, to be super loud. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Oh, shit. Color correction isn't on. Hold on. Shit. Hold on. One sec. No, it's definitely on. Hold on. What? Picture. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Here we go. Just gonna skip that. There we go.
Make a difference.
I don't want to go too far, but I might have to. I just don't want that intro to be there.
Blue WAD.
Yeah. Blue WAD. Yeah. It's gonna be blue. I could probably make it a different color, but this is probably... I'm sorry, the people are gonna look really weird. Like, everything's gonna be very off-color, but I have to do that, so... You know, just in case. So, let me also fix this up a little bit. Yeah. Just need to like color correct it a little bit. Let's try green. Green. Sorry, it's gonna look really weird, but brightness can be a little darker. I could probably keep the brightness fine. Probably brightness is okay. And let's make it orange. Let's try orange. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. Maybe green was better.
Bah, I'm used to looking a little weird.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, unfortunately, it's gonna... I'm used to looking a little weird. Yeah, well, it's gonna have to be, so... I'm trying to do that thing where it's like... How do you say it? Try and do this thing where it's like, where it looks like a little, like, shadowy around the other area. Correction color key, crop head. No. What is this? That is not what I'm looking for. I probably should put something in front of it, though. Just to make it, like, really... Just to really make sure that this stuff, like, doesn't end up getting fucked up, but it's alright. Okay. That should work. Alright. Doesn't, I will be surprised. Alright. Let's hit play. I need to just make sure that the aspect, or the quality is a little lower too, sorry. I'm trying to make it like 360p so it's not like super crazy.
Surprise! Happy birthday, babe.
You guys, so cool. I love surprises. Mwah.
Good, because I've got another one.
Oh. It's not showing. Sorry. There you go, is it showing now? It is, okay. I'm gonna also fuck with the volume a little bit. Let me see if I can, like, change the... Here. We'll keep playing it like normally, but...
Made me the happiest man in the world. Will you marry me?
How sweet. He likes it, so he's putting a ring on it. But here's a question. Why do we put diamond rings on things we like at all?
I don't.
Wait, hold on. What? Hold on. Is this the right episode? No, it's not the right episode. Hold on. Huh? Hold on.
Wrong episode.
Yeah, this is the wrong episode. It's at season 1, episode 9. Hold on. Am I crazy? Hold on. Is it this one?
Yes.
Is it this one, perhaps?
Last day of summer. Gotta have fun. Gotta have fun. Gotta have fun.
Ah, man.
This isn't the right video either.
No, it's not? Are you sure? It says season 1, episode 9. Hold on. Hold on. Let me look for it again. Hold on. Which episode?
Keep playing. It might be, and I'm just judging too quick.
Okay.
That's not fun, Jake.
Summer vacation is the best time of year.
No, it definitely has to be this episode. There's no way.
Knows what's up.
Actually, summer vacation is the worst time of year.
Ugh, who are you? We're trying to do a show here.
Yeah, sorry, this is my show now. Hi, I'm Adam Conover, and this is Adam Ruins Everything.
We're gonna skip the music, skip the music! Ah! Skip it! Skip it! Skip it!
No, this is the wrong episode.
Is it?
Wait, what?
Are you sure?
People show looks boring.
Hold on. No, it has to be, because it's talking about media.
Yes,
So-
it is.
Yeah, it's talking about media.
ADHD session.
It has to be the right one, because this is media.
The video I submitted was about copyright.
Yeah, I know. This one is talking about summer fun, and then there's another one about Hollywood. So it's either one of these two somewhere. This one is definitely talking about like TV shows for sure. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. So it was Mickey Mouse, public domain. Adam ruins everything. I think it is because this one's talking about like cartoons and shit, like kids media, which is, you know, Disney. So not like, you know, that's obviously not like, but that's the thing that they ruined. Hold on, let me see. Oh, season 1, episode 5. The fuck? Hold on, it changed. Hold on, sorry, it is episode 5. I thought it was episode 9. Hold on. Adam ruins restaurants. No? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Which episode it was? It says episode 5 now. Season 2, episode 6, maybe? Maybe Adam ruins... Because I can't say Adam ruins Disney, because that would be a different thing. It probably is. Like, it would have to be like Adam ruins, like, Disney or some shit, but that wouldn't really work too much. Let's see. Because it has to be Adam ruins something, because that's what each episode was named. Let's see. Season 2, episode 6 is what this one is saying. This one might be... No, this is what we learned in school. Hold on. Let's see here. Let's try. Let's see.
Ships and 12...
No, this is definitely a different one. No, this is talking about like it's talking about like the history of Christopher Columbus is all like pretty fucked. Yeah, no, this is a different thing. Yeah, trying to find... Is it the Hollywood one? Hold on. Hold on. Which episode
Dang it, I checked the website and it's not on there.
was the one where... Well, what? How did you know the website? Have they...
I briefly saw what website it was while your mouse was over the video.
Oh. It's not there? Hold on. About... I'm actually curious, because I'm like trying to figure it out. Because if that was the case... No, it's episode 9. It's season 1, episode 9. No, we had it right the first time. No, it's the summer fun one. Yeah. It's that one.
Yes, I searched up the site, searched for Adam Ruins Everything, and the video I suggested isn't on there.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying, though. It's, how do you say it? This is the episode. This is the full-fledged episode, where it's talking about, like, this is kind of bringing, like, more than just the clip, though. This is, like, the whole problem with it. So... This is the right episode, dude.
No, it wasn't the summer fun video I suggested.
No, I know, but this is talking about media, like, this is talking about public domain. The video you suggested was what do you call it, is how, like, Disney ruined public domain, right? This is, like, usually the clip only has such a small piece that it doesn't actually explain everything. It keeps out a huge portion of it. This is the full-fledged episode. That's what I'm saying. This is the actual episode itself. Like, you get what I'm saying here? Ah, fuck! I just accidentally closed the tab, too. Like, do you know what I'm like? What I'm saying here, man? I get that there's the clip, but the clip doesn't have the full context, and they always keep out like the like a lot of it, a lot of like the important shit near the beginning of it. Let's see.
I see what you mean. I just didn't recognize the video.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the full version of it. That's why. The original clip that you sent me, I'm doing the full-fledged episode from that. Not just the, what do I call it? How do you say? I'm doing the full-fledged episode.
If you're sure this is it, we can watch it.
Yeah, I think this is it.
He's actually a puppeteer named Ben. Wait, what?
Whoa!
And secondly, summer vacation is a blight on our educational system. Come on, I'll show you.
I guess it's a cut?
Okay, let's take 10, everyone. But make it quick. We're not working with the Sesame budget.
Ah!
Yeah, because see, they're even talking about Sesame Street as well, so it's definitely talking about a lot of this stuff, so, kid stuff.
Guide. Nothing is real.
Well, you had to learn sometime. Just like you have to learn that summer break is terrible for kids.
Okay, 1. Never in a million, billion, trillion years are you gonna convince me that summer is a bad thing. And 2, I'm on vacation. I'm not supposed
No,
to
they're
be
talking about
working.
summer vacation.
You're a kid. Learn.
You're right, but, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I will... Hold on. They have to... Nope, this is the episode. This is the episode, yes. Okay. Patience. Patience, please. Patience, please. This is the episode. I peeked ahead. This is the episode, yes. You just have to... You have to have patience with it, man. So, sorry, but... Okay.
And
Budget.
terrible for kids.
Okay, 1. Never in a million, billion, trillion years are you gonna convince me that summer is a bad thing. And 2, I'm on vacation.
Sorry. Fucking...
I'm not supposed to be learning.
You're a kid. Learning is your entire job. So why do our schools stop kids from learning for 3 whole months?
My dad says it's so farm
They did change this as well, so...
kids can do farm things on a farm.
Yeah, everyone says that, but it's not true. Let's ask a farmer.
That's right, kids. I do all my harvesting in the summer.
No. I harvest in the fall. I plant in the spring. I don't do crap in the summer. Who taught this guy how to farm?
Damn it, I quit Barney for this.
The agrarian calendar explanation is a total myth. The real reason schools close in the summer is because of the heat. 100 years ago, we didn't have air conditioning.
We didn't?
During the summer, classrooms would become so unbearably hot that rich people pulled their kids out of school for months, taking them to the countryside.
My Reginald does wilt in the heat. Do be a dear. Adjourn class until we return from the Hamptons.
Oh, Mama, let us depart lest my summer ponies grow lonely.
Right away, darling. Quickly.
I have summer vacation because rich people were hot? That's crazy.
Yep, and summer vacation is actually making you dumber.
I am?
Yep, kids lose an average of 1 month of instruction every summer. Educators call it the summer slide.
Yeah, unfortunately, kids just aren't learning at all. This was back in 2015, by the way. So, Oh.
Rich people aren't hot. They're ugly AF.
Oh, yeah. Pounces on you. Oh, they're ugly as fuck. Yeah, because they were. Hi, Fox Nation. How's work? How's errands? How's your day in general? Hope it went well for you. Yeah, I know. I mean, you know, this was back in 2015 when, you know, kids were actually learning something. I could tell you kind of where the backsliding of education kind of went down and how it got to this path of just being not, you know, important, you know, not, what do you call it, ended up not getting to the level that it should be now. You know, it should be a lot better
than just being awake at 2 a.m. unfortunately.
Oh, nice. Don't worry, a lot of people are here at way later. At 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Not as much right now. I haven't had a lot of people here lately, but that's because I haven't streamed in a while, so.
A summer slide, 2 + 3.
I hope, what do I call it? I hope, how do I say it? I mean, I hope you fall
Just
asleep
at 3 a.m. here on the
eventually.
East Coast.
Hell yeah.
A summer slide, a summer slide. 2 + 3, that equals. I forgot. Me dumb now.
It's easy to forget what you learn when you spend 3 whole months doing nothing but watching TV.
Yeah, and now it's YouTube.
Just watch TV. I go to summer camp. I learn lots of great things, like swimming and crafts and... Hey, wait up!
Summer camp is great, but it's also too expensive for many families.
Yeah.
I can't afford summer camp. My dad lives in a garbage can. My mom's a giant unemployable bird. Oh.
Summer camp ahoy. I shall make ever so many lanyards.
And summer break is especially hard.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what we should do for kids is probably... I don't know. I know lately, like, schools don't have that 3-month gap anymore, so I mean, that changed. But, I don't know, considering the education system kind of is being stripped right now, it's not doing too hot so far.
On the poorest kids, because school provides them with lunches they can't get at home.
At school, me get subsidized lunches.
Oh, God. Oh, man, this is, unfortunate. Ooh, man, this did not age very well because, oh, God. Ooh. Oh, God. Yeah. SNAP benefits, brother. God damn, fucking, oh, man. We are starving children now, and I am not happy with the fact that this
Honestly,
place...
the subsidized lunch at my school was actually tasty.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean... The fact that this was a thing previously for years, literal years, and there was no problem with it before, like that SNAP existed way before this
But I am
shit.
ashamed if subsidized lunch is going away.
Yeah, I'm just mad that SNAP has gone away, is going away right now because we are starving literal fucking children now. You know, so it's like, you know, it was a thing in 2015, and it's definitely it should, you know, it was a thing for way even before 2015, and we're still fucking and now out of all times when it's needed most, you know, when everybody's broke as shit. Yeah, when it's everybody's broke as shit, you know, of course that's when fucking SNAP decides to be destroyed so billionaires can get giant tax breaks. Fucking... Oh, dude, they are literally starving children. I'm sorry. Anyway, moving on.
All right, pal, it's June.
But at home, me get so hungry.
That's so sad. Why don't people help those kids?
They do, but many kids have trouble accessing summer lunch programs. How many, you ask?
Count Numbala knows how many. 6. 6 out of 7.
I literally know a charity called Food Not Bombs, and that phrase defies everything that's wrong with this place.
Let's see. I literally know a charity called Food Not Bombs, and that defies everything that's wrong with this place. Oh, I know. That's the place. That's usually the place that everybody refers to when it comes to just like, you know, the point, you know. Like, the funniest thing is like, if just machinery, like, if we just stop spending so much money on weapons. Congrats, you feel extra hydrated, Fox Nation. How's work? Or sorry, how's work? How do you feel? Sorry, you've been hydrated. How do you feel? Sorry about that. I forgot the original phrase I had. Yeah, no, the fact that freaking children just tired,
LOL.
Yeah. Oof. Hydrating makes you feel tired? It's a first. Yeah.
Israel does not need foreign aid from us. They already have a big enough economy to sustain themselves.
Here's the problem. We don't need 4 fucking wars. Like, we don't need 4 fucking wars happening all at once. We don't need to do that shit because, like it cost way too much money. And, like, by that point, like, you know, we could be using that to feed, like, children at least. You know, like, each fucking missile costs, like, millions of dollars. Like, hey, hold on. Let me see how much a fucking bomb costs. Hold on. How much does a missile cost? And then, you know, of course, we gotta go with a US missile, because it's our fucking stupid missiles. Let's see. $2 million for each fucking missile.
We don't need our troops in Venezuela, Nigeria, Iraq, Israel, or kissing Vladimir Putin's ass.
We don't need them anywhere, but unfortunately we have a whole fucking group of politicians that are like clearly everybody in power right now is like clearly are giant pedophiles, and clearly like other countries are definitely other countries are using the Epstein files to...
We don't need this much funding into the armed services anyway.
We don't need it. We don't need that much anyway, but unfortunately the reason why they're doing that is because of the fact that, it's because of the fact that, like, we have so many pedos that are in power right now that they're very easy to blackmail. Because they know that no matter, like, what type of belief you have, everybody hates pedophiles. Everybody hates pedophiles, except for pedophiles, obviously. Except for other pedophiles, but, you know, everyone hates pedophilia. It does not matter who you are or what you do. Like, you are, like, if someone is a pedophile and they find out that, and we know that pedophiles are in power, we just don't know who is the pedophile in power. Clearly, it's the vast majority, because if it wasn't, then the Epstein files would have just been released. This is kind of the fucking problem. Like, we know that the vast majority, at least like 70% or over, are pedophiles.
Our foreign allies are already able to defend themselves. What wins and loses people is being a good person yourself, which is not what our president is.
Our foreign allies already are able to defend themselves. What wins and loses people is being a good person yourself, which is not what our president... Oh yeah, no. Our current leader, like, not just our president, but everybody. Here's the thing. If it was just the president, it would just be the same thing like last time, where it's like, where basically he wouldn't really be doing much. Like people would probably be making jokes about him, and obviously, like, you know, like, doing every little bit of fucking unfunny skits as much as possible with that dude, because that's what they did last time. But, like, other than that, he didn't really do that much. I mean, he did a few things, but he didn't really do that much, like, that was, like, super crazy. This time, he's just pretty much, like, clearly this time, he has way more fucking funding. He has way more, like, funders than previously. Like, he has way more donations than previously. Like, there is hundreds upon hundreds of companies that clearly funded the dude. And it's, like, it's very clear that, like, that... you know, they don't want them to release that shit. Like, I don't know, they could be using that, like, they could be using Epstein files to either, you know, obviously, like, it's not just, how do I say it? It's not just our, like, president, it's all of our leaders. Like, it's the vast majority of them. Is there probably, like, one or two or three that are probably fine? Yeah, maybe. Maybe there's, like, a good handful that aren't, you know, being... like, aren't being funded by giant corporations and sucking the dick of corporations because they're all fucking pedophiles. But, you know, there's still some people that aren't, right? But unfortunately, the vast majority clearly are a bunch of pedophiles, because if they, like, you know, because if they are not releasing the fucking Epstein files, then clearly, very fucking clearly, like, very clearly the vast majority of our people in power right now are pedos. Like, it's obvious, you know, because if that wasn't true, then they would have released him a long time ago. But no, like, obviously they're trickling it, but that's you know, suspicious as hell.
Programs never received them.
You guys know you could get sued for this, right?
I'm unlicensed.
You know what? I don't have to listen to you. You're not a teacher. You're just a head of hair. I love summer.
Okay, well, maybe you'll listen to Tony Brown. He runs Heart of LA, an after-school program here in Los Angeles.
It's true. Summer's a real problem for the kids I work with.
Nice try, Adam, but I'm not gonna believe another puppet. You're not real.
I am real, and I have a puppet. Summer Slide is so bad for the low-income kids that we work with every day.
Why?
Well, our kids live in really unsafe neighborhoods, so they stay inside in front of the television all summer long.
What do you guys do to help?
I mean, you know, again, it wasn't TV. This was still technically internet at the time, even though they really, you know, kind of, this was also out. This was in 2015, so, you know, 2014, I think, but...
We provide free summer programs in academics, arts, and athletics so the kids can stay safe, off the street, and away from gangs.
That doesn't sound that bad.
We're doing all we can, but unfortunately there are still millions of kids who have
Watch
nowhere
good
to
game.
go during the summer.
Heck, I was a kid who wasn't even safe at home.
Get back to work.
Hi, how you doing, Unconsa? How was work? How was errands? How's your day in general? Hope it was well for you. Like, I wasn't a kid who was safe at home. Yeah. I mean, you know, it was an interesting time, but I mean, it's kind of the
Replying
fucking
to a concept.
problem.
Watch good game. Hello there, concept.
All of these things that probably exist, like, that probably were, you know, told was a problem, this stuff was being put to light. Meaning that almost, like, all of this shit you're about to probably see, like, in this series, like, in this just episode, is probably already dismantled, which fucking is the worst. Like, it means that, like, everything that probably was, like, originally started by this whole group, or by these groups that have been around for the past, like, decade, you know, are probably gone now, let's be honest, because of, you know what leadership we have, because of, you know, we're run by a bunch of pedos, so it's fun. Really fun.
Bye, guys.
Aw, man. I want to love summer, but that's just so sad.
Yeah. In other countries like Japan and England, students get multiple short breaks throughout the year. But in our system, we just wash our hands of the neediest kids for 3 whole months. And that means summer vacation hurts kids just like you.
Luckily, this was fixed at the time, because now it's like, what, every month now? Like, it's like, or not every month. It's like, you get like a month now, and then there's like another month, like another time. Because now, like, there's not like 3-month summer break. There's now like 1 month that they have break, and then they're back, and then they have a few more months again, and then they're like, then that's when they start having that month break again, and then, you know, and then they have school, and then, like, they have these 1 month breaks every once in a while.
At least the college schedule has a short break in summer and another in winter.
Yeah. This one, so schools now aren't like this anymore, where they're 3 months, and then, like, you know, kids aren't in school for a solid 3 months. It's now just like every few months, there's now a 1 month break instead of a 3 months. So this actually got fixed.
Even then, you can take classes in place of your vacations if you like and can afford it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think that's fine now, where it's like you take a 1 month break and you have like school, you know? Like, this is talking about like elementary school and high school and junior high at the time. So again, this has been fixed. Will it probably be fixed once our current fucking leaders are done with it? Fucking probably. Like, done with probably dismantling it? Probably not, but fuck, man. It's like, you know, it's like, but this was actually fixed. This actually did change. It sounds crazy, but yes, this did get fixed. And I'm like, so yes, progress was made, you know, within, you know, since 2015 for sure. Progress has been made. When people say that progress, like, when people might freak out, that's like, oh, progress never gets made about, like, with anything. This is proof that there was at the time, you know, that there was before, you know, what happened. So, you know.
Knowledge is the worst.
Didn't I? Hold on.
You guys killed our day. That's a wrap on the season, everybody. I'll see y'all next summer.
Count number to stage 4.
Bryn, it's Farmer Jed. Can you get me an audition on Yo Gabba Gabba?
You wait, this is my favorite show. What the heck, Adam?
Sorry, buddy.
Well, at least I still got cartoons and video games to cheer me up.
Oh, you like cartoons?
Yeah.
You like Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about how Mickey Mouse has made a mockery of our copyright system.
Yeah.
You're terrible adults! It doesn't matter what you tell me. I love cartoons. I love Mickey Mouse. And no 50-year-old weirdo is gonna change that.
Oh man, I wish I was 50.
Damn, I liked Yo Gabba Gabba when I was a young kid.
Let's see. Damn, I liked Yo Gabba Gabba when I was a young kid. Yeah, I mean, you know.
And look, I love Mickey Mouse too, but the fact is, he ruined.
I actually didn't like Yo Gabba Gabba. I thought it was, I don't know. I think it was just not good. But maybe like I said, I never watched it when I was a kid. I was way too old by the time it came out, so.
America's copyright laws.
Invasion of the Twitch ad.
Okay.
No, not the Twitch ad. No. Whatever. I think Kansa isn't here anymore. I wonder why. Thank you, Kansa left. Bummer. Bummer.
Twitch ad over. At least I'm also watching from YouTube.
What do you call it? Okay, cool. Sweet.
I'm just a kid. Why should I care about that dumb law?
Because that dumb law is keeping you from your favorite characters.
No. I don't want to learn anything about this.
Wait.
I'm just a kid.
And distinguished. And look, I love Mickey Mouse too, but the fact is he ruined America's copyright laws.
Oh yeah, there we go. Copyright laws.
I'm just a kid. Why should I care about that dumb law?
Because that dumb law is keeping you from your favorite characters.
No. I don't want to learn anything about this.
Well, I'm gonna...
Yeah. This is the funny thing. You remember how I've said before that artists are like really hated copyright law? Like, you remember how I said copyright law is really was like really stupid? Like you know, like why I think that copyright was really dumb before AI? Like, he's about to tell you why I think, like, I think, you know, copyright was dumb before AI became a thing. Now I think it's necessary, but this copyright law was literally only used for giant corporate, like, was literally, he's going to tell you. I'm not going to
turns out you were right,
it.
and this could be the right episode, and then I have a patience issue.
Thank you through the magic of cartoons.
Ever since his first appearance as Steamboat Willie, kids have loved Mickey Mouse.
All right, no pants. Wait, why are my knees doing this?
Old cartoons were mostly about bouncing and torturing animals. And back in the 20s, our copyright system worked the way it was supposed to. An artist who created a new work could claim the exclusive right to it for 56 years. Long enough to make a healthy profit for pretty much their entire lifetime. After that, the work entered the public domain, giving everyone the right to copy, share, and use it to create works of their own.
Now this I can get
Yeah,
into.
Remixing the works of the past is an essential part of how we create new culture, and this same process.
Yeah, this is definitely the correct
brought us so
episode.
many of
I have a
our
very bad
favorite
patience problem.
characters,
You
like
good.
Frankenstein, Dracula, Sherlock Holmes, Sleeping Beauty, Alice in Wonderland, The Wizard of Oz, Hercules, Pinocchio, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Captain Nemo, Paul Bunyan, Tarzan, King Arthur, Robin Hood, Moby Dick, and many, many more. All of them were created by artists long ago and are now in the public domain, free for us to use to tell our own stories. You can make them play soccer or fight a space battle.
I want them to make out.
Ooh, yeah, let's see that. Whatever you want, because these characters now belong to all of us. It's a little something I like to call the Circle of Rights.
So you're saying that everything the light touches will one day be mine?
Nope, not anymore.
Make out.
In
Yeah. Sounds familiar, LOL.
1998, Mickey
Hold on. Sorry. Make out, yeah.
Mouse was about to enter the public
I'm not
domain.
even going to bring that
To
up.
stop that from happening, Disney and other companies lobbied Congress to extend the term of copyright by decades, just so they could retain ownership of him and other characters. Now, all those characters that would belong to us belong to them.
Unless it's parody.
Oh no! I'm scared.
Yeah, this is also kind of the reason why I think that AI is also becoming a common thing as well, because, like, I think I think Disney is really trying to get rid of parody. This may sound crazy, but I think now with, like, AI coming in, I think Disney really wants
I'll still bring it up. I love that lunacy that one stream, and love you.
Which lunacy? If you don't mind me asking. Yeah, the one friggin', what do I call it? The one thing that, like, this is kind of the reason why I'm always a little afraid of AI now, because of not because of AI, like, you know, being able to replace artists, because every fucking one being like, oh, how Hollywood's gonna die. No, that doesn't happen. But what I am afraid of is the fact that Disney will use, you know, now that, like, AI blatantly just steals shit without, like, you know, remixing anything, like, without doing anything, Like it.
The lunacy where you made the animations and made those weirdos on the right kiss each other.
Oh, I know. I didn't make animations, and it's not an animation. It's a fucking video. Generated video. Still slop. I don't. Yeah. Still not like super. I'm not gonna like, you know. It's still really. It was really funny because it's always really good at generating shit posts. But you know, still, again, I'm like not gonna give it a pass because of that. Yeah, no, just fucking. I think the reason why like Disney is so like hype about it right now is because of the fact that I am very afraid that Disney is going to like how do you say it? They're going to probably use AI, like they're going to use like AI as an excuse to basically like remove the parody law.
Generative AI is good for making garbage and nothing more.
Yeah, it's good for making shit posts. Like I said, really good at shit posting, but that is definitely not what these companies, like definitely not what anybody want, like clearly these other people that want to quote unquote replace Hollywood want, you know. Whoops.
You should be, because now all those characters that would belong to us belong to them.
Oh no, I'm scared.
You should be, because this problem is far more serious than just cartoons. Meet James Boyle, co-founder of the Center for Public Domain at Duke University.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Jake. Because of these laws, nothing's entered the public domain for years. In fact, no published work will enter the public domain until 2019. Books, songs, movies, even scientific articles are stuck in a legal limbo.
And those are just the ones we...
Wait, 2019? Wait. When was this episode made? Hold on, what? When was this episode made? It said it was made in 2015. This guy said 2019.
No, the bird behind the slaughter.
Aw, man, I'm the fish. I wanted to be the Jamaican crab.
Look down there.
What are they?
Those are orphan
races. Okay,
works.
Anyway.
They're under copyright, but their original owners can't be found. It's illegal to share them, but they can't share themselves, so they're trapped down here in intellectual property purgatory.
A great work of art or scientific breakthrough could be down there. I'm a racist poem. Okay, they're not all winners, but because of copyright extension, we'll never know.
That's so sad.
Oh, jeez. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, the reason why certain, like, if the original owners of, like, copyrighted works aren't found, then there's just no possible way other than maybe Creative Commons, but because the original person isn't around or able to say, hey, you guys can use this, very important shit could just not be, you know, allowed because of intellectual property. Wow, okay.
They just want to be a part of our world.
That's right. Until the last 50 years, every generation in American history has had free and legal access to the creativity of the past. They could learn from it. They could build on it. Now all that creativity is locked away.
And the true irony is that no one understood that better than Walt Disney. Dozens of Disney characters were taken directly from the public domain.
Oh,
Even
1000%,
the breakthrough Mickey cartoon, Steamboat
we already knew that,
Willie,
so...
is based on a Buster Keaton movie from 1928.
Really? I did not know that. I did not know, but wow. That's weird. Like, even, like, that's so odd to think about. I did not recognize that. Like, I knew who Buster Keaton was. I did not recognize that Steamboat Willie was based off of that. Like, the Mickey Mouse one was based off of that. That's crazy, bro. That's insane.
Holy crap. That's hypocritical.
Yeah, that.
That's hypocritical. Holy crap. That's hypocritical.
Whoa. Jake, Disney cartoons are fun to watch, but they're made by a company that profits from our shared cultural heritage while refusing to...
This is why indie artists are also, like, straight up just not trusting corporations anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it, we're technically on, like, YouTube and shit, but, like, there's other social media websites that we do plan on, like, trying to make bigger because of our shows. This is why we don't. This is why we don't like this shit. This is kind of the reason why we, like, you know... This is why artists are just kind of getting
Nobody
to
trusts
the level.
corporations at this point.
No, we don't. This is kind of the reason why we dismantled them for like, or why they've been dismantled and like are kind of becoming a former shell of what they once were. Because yeah, sure. Do they have the money? For fucking sure. But here's the problem. You lose your copyright of like what you're making, which I guess is fine, right? But like, because technically you're giving that shit away, right? But like, the fact that they don't share anything with you and they get to keep your shit, but you don't get to make stuff off of what they've made, if that makes any sense. Remixes like exist like in the 80s, everything almost used to be a remix. Like with music, it used to be like everything used to be remixed all the time, right? There's so many remixes. A lot of the top stuff that you probably hear like now that's like
some indie developers can't be trusted either. Have you heard of the Adobe Flash game, Commando 2? A remade version of it exists on Steam and it uses AI art.
Let's see. Some indie
But they're the
developers. But they're not indie developers though. They're just thieves. They're still just thieves. Some indie developers can't be trusted either. Have you heard of Adobe Flash game? Command 2, a remade version of it exists on Steam. Yeah, but those are just thieves. Those are just people stealing shit, you know. Like I said, this is kind of the reason where like copyright law actually officially has become like actually necessary. For one, like because years ago that shit was not necessary. Like pretty much unless it was like a giant corporation. Nowadays though, what do you call it? Yeah, I mean, yeah, they simple as that, you know.
To contribute to it. That really stinks.
Now I can't even
No,
watch
the game was
TV
published by
without
Macrojoy,
getting
the company that
lost.
made the OG game. They remade their own game using AI art.
The game was published by Macrojoy, company that made the OG game. They remade their own game using AI art. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the fucking problem, you know. Unfortunately, but it's not, I don't know how to say this. It's like, they probably were desperate for money, but, you know, the same thing still stands. If a product is shitty, nobody's gonna consume it. Unless it's other fucking AI bros that are just like, unless it's got someone else that's got like a massive ego, right? Like the only reason, like this sounds crazy. I know people are gonna find this weird, but like the only people that consume things with people that like are lazy as fuck and like lazy and like entitled as hell are other people that are lazy and entitled as hell, right? This is why certain streamers get massive, like certain streamers like Asmongold get massive. The only people that are going to like play that game, for example, are going to be people that are like coping that AI is going to replace Hollywood when in reality they kind of generate shit and kind of just they just don't know what the hell they're really like. They don't know what the hell they're actually doing with it. So, and they know
They were
that.
desperate. Macrojoy is a subsidiary of Miniclip, and Miniclip turned corporate AF, with generic mobile games with childish 3D art and overly simple gameplay.
Let's see. Really? Macrojoy was a subsidiary of Miniclip? Miniclip was amazing, though, back then. Why did they freaking... Hold on. Really? That's crazy. I did not know that. Yeah, I mean... How do I say this? It's like, you know... Desperation or not, there's no excuse to use AI, especially if you're an artist, you know. There's no reason to use AI in image generation, like, you know, AI in art, you know. It is an art. And it's like, it's not, you know, if you don't put your own self into it, then there's no point. You could say, oh yeah, well people did it for the fucking money, then don't make art. I hate to say, you're making content, not art.
I checked out Miniclip games on the App Store, and I felt betrayed. They're not unique anymore.
Yeah. I mean, think about it this way as well. I think about this with slop-tubers, right? You know those, like, reaction channels? Funny enough, like mine, but, you know, like that post, like, videos of, like, from, like, other commentary channels that, like, you know, analyze, like, what do you call it? Have, like, an analysis on, like, certain, like, other content creators. That type of shit. That's slop content, right? I don't like content. Let me say this. I don't like content. I like art. I like inspiration. You know, don't get me wrong, I get that there's some things like content. If somebody's playing a video game, at the very least there's that I'm there for that person as well as like the gameplay, probably, because I haven't seen a gameplay in a certain long time. But with reaction channels, I can just go watch the original video myself most of the time. I don't need to I don't need to look at another slop tuber to watch a certain video, right? You know? And don't get me wrong, they get in my recommended, but typically a lot of times I use them they help me find the original videos on occasion, but I don't like, how do you say it? I don't like the fact, they just, how do I say this? Most of them aren't in it for the sake of actually, being, interesting. I don't know. They don't have any, they're not trying to stall for time. They're not trying to stall for making, you know, a different type of video, right? Because a lot of people that are reaction channels, right? Typically what they do is they do reactions so they can stall for time to make their real projects on their main channel, right? They'll have a side channel that's reactions, and then they'll have a main channel that's their original creative works, right? And that's the stuff they care about the most, right? But they got to make a reaction channel so they can, you know, still pay rent, and then maybe, you know, and then they can do the original video then they can do their creative stuff as well, right? You know, unfortunately, channels that are just reaction channels and nothing else are slop channels. That's what we call slop channels, right? Now, they're all technically slop channels, but typically a person that, even if they're a reaction channel, sometimes they care about what they make and what they put out. Slop channels just don't. Especially political ones, they just don't. Asmon Garbage is one of those slop channels. You know, they don't have any their personality is whatever's trendy on whatever political thing that he thinks is you know, popular at the time. And then what do you call it? And then he just he just makes garbage, right? You know, but there's no excuse just to make artificial garbage if you're somebody that is already an artist, right? You have a standard. Compared to garbage channels, you have a standard as an artist to keep up your reputation, if that makes any sense. You know, not just because of the fame, because fuck fame, but because of the integrity of your art. You are not only, if you make artificial slop after you made actual art, you are making, you are being lazy. We know you're being lazy because we know that you have the skills to make real art. So, you know, with slop channels, nah, we don't expect that shit. But, you know, we don't expect that shit. We don't expect that skill. But unfortunately, you know, you gotta have something to offer, you know? So, it just doesn't work, you know? It's hard to explain, but artists have a certain standard they hold each other by. And it's definitely very clear with, the BB No Money drama, with, how much all of these slop tubers are, talking about it. It's very clear that, sure, BB No Money was a piece of shit for taking advantage of, of smaller artists. But all the reaction channels, basically, with all of the other artists
something that actually looks extraordinary rather than just bandwagon jumping. No problem with bandwagons, but you always need at least some originality.
Something that actually looks extraordinary rather than bandwagon jumping. No problem with bandwagons. Always need something with at least some originality. Exactly. You know. Yeah, I do not respect slop. I will never respect slop. Whether it's human-made slop or whether it's human slop reaction stuff or artificial slop AI, you know. I don't respect slop, period. So I don't, you know. I get the idea if you're gonna make it, but I'm not going to pretend I'm not going to pretend like you aren't like doing this for the sake of like money, and you're pretending like, you know, you're not really respecting like anybody with that shit, you know. I know that I'm a reaction channel and I get that, you know. I'm not, but this isn't my reaction stuff isn't my end goal most of the time, you know. I don't fucking repost reactions because I think reposting reactions, unless it's like super fucking important, like, you know, like the fucking, unfortunately, the Beta Ida Delota drama where I was able to put in something that like I actually can talk about, that actually like, you know, people like didn't put their input in, like that was a different perspective than normal, that I will do. But that was something where people didn't have a different perspective, so I put in my own perspective. But like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, right? There's certain people I do respect, and there's certain things that like that I will listen to people on, but I'm not going to treat your channel other than like it's slop if you're just going to make slop. That, if that makes any sense, you know? I'm not going to treat your opinion like it is valid. If you have factual evidence, then sure, I will listen to that shit. But if you have just opinions, your opinion is invalid. Like, you react to YouTube videos, you have no opinion that matters, if that makes any sense. You have no real opinion that matters. You have, like, you know, like, if you, like, have some background and you have, like, some factual evidence on certain things, then sure, I'll listen to it. But again, like, you gotta, I don't know how to explain it, man. It's like, using your, like, there's people that have common knowledge on a lot of things, but unfortunately, there's been a huge line blurred because, like, very recently, I don't expect someone like a fucking gamer, especially with, like, the whole fucking Gamergate shit right now, which is what a lot of these, like, grifters are right now. I don't expect fucking Gamergate people to actually, how you say it? I don't expect them to act. I don't have high expectations with these guys. They're gamers. I'm not going to listen to, like, anything they have to say. You know, because most of the time their opinion is just not valid unless it involves video games. You know, video games are empathy, you know?
I've heard some people say that the advancement of artificial intelligence must be halted until a universal basic income is implemented.
Let's see. I've said that before. I've said that before. I think that, what do you call it? I think that, yeah, no, that I agree. I full-blown agree. I think AI should be held back a little bit until we have a UBI system, or at least people that are in more like useful positions, if that makes any sense. But, you know, maybe I'm crazy thinking that, but, you know, it's like it's a good phrase. So
I hate learning.
Well, we could play video games.
You like video games?
Does this answer your question?
I remember the fucking, wow, the old ass, like,
I can't even watch TV.
I love how he referenced the 90s with this one. Hold on.
Well, we could play video games.
You like video games?
Does this?
Yeah. The fucking gamer shit. Yeah, the fucking, I remember these, like, gaming comic things back then that actually, like, in the 90s and early 2000s when they used to be like this, man, like this. These were fucking awesome.
Answer your question?
No, they weren't. They weren't awesome. They were very annoying because they didn't really teach you anything. Like, there was like, oh yeah, well here's an extra thing, and like 90% of it was just lying. Fucking hated that shit.
Yeah, it answers a lot of them actually. Let's play.
Of course, our gendered cultural attitudes towards video games are destroying the medium. Let me tell you about it.
This is a nightmare. I'm living in a nightmare.
This reminds.
Please don't teach me anything terrible about video games.
The old comic books dedicated to gaming content and advice. I heard of them so much, yet they seemed like a very mixed bag.
Oh, the old comic books dedicated to gaming content and advice. I heard of them so much, yet they seem like a very mixed bag. Here's the thing. They were less than a mixed bag, so most of it was garbage. Most of them fucking sucked ass. Because, let me tell you a little something. You could buy that, when you bought them, they either could be something that was major fucking clickbait, or they were the best thing you ever had. Like, we used to have to get like books with like cheat codes on them, but some of them would not work. Like, I don't know how to explain this, but most of the shit that you would get off of like certain books, I can't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, like some things that you would get just would not like be a good guide at all. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it fucking sucked because like if like your parent like spent like a few bucks on those like comic things, like, or on those books, man, like you better hope that it was actually something that was useful, because 90% of the time it wasn't. But it was cool to look at all the art and stuff. Like, it was really cool to watch, like, look at all the jokes and shit. The jokes were like, you know, like I don't have any, but like a lot of them used to be, you know, they were still fun to read. It just was annoying because like a lot of it was just mostly lies if it was a book that wasn't good. But there was ones that were really good that had almost like a million super helpful like things where they would tell you like how to find like certain secret hidden things in games, because obviously the internet wasn't necessarily fully you know, able to tell you that stuff yet. Yeah, mainly those books were the main way you're able to find like certain secret like entrances and certain hidden items in certain games. Like, I know nowadays you could just look up a tutorial and shit, but yeah, back then, like, you used to have to buy those books to be able to find like the secret stuff in certain games that you would have never fucking known randomly, you know? Like, the random bullshit in most games at the time was just really annoying. Like, you were just like, how the fuck was I supposed to know that type shit, you know?
Games, I just want to play.
Can I play too?
Get out of here, Megan. Video
This
games
reminds-
aren't for boys.
So you rather play with this old man than me?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, this is game. Yeah. You notice how they also made fun of the whole like gender thing back then too, like as a joke? This was obviously in 2015, so this was much later, or this was like obviously this was behind on the times. Even at like when this show was created, this was even behind on the times, because in in 2000 like 10,
there very much exist games that are obviously for girls.
Yeah, in 2008 to 2010, like what do you call it? People were already used to it, but unfortunately, this show didn't know that at the time, because this was kind of when the internet was like not new, but when people weren't really necessarily as connected with the internet at the time. So this is kind of something that was outdated even at the time that it was created, right? Because funny enough, what do you call it? A lot of ladies really liked God of War. This sounds crazy, but like at the time, like online, the most streamed game was like when God of War was the most streamed game, fucking like, what do you call it? Most of the gamers were women, were ladies, bro. The ladies loved fucking God of War, dude, at the time. So this was even outdated at the time, because women really liked like a lot of like what people would consider manly games now, right? The only reason why we have Gamergate now is because these guys think that like women like, you know, have these weird little colorful indie games when it's mostly guys playing the story games. Like, women most likely, I don't know if they still do this now, but most women like play a lot of hardy like FPS shooters, and like I said, like games like God of War, like RPGs and like Assassin's Creeds, and like a lot of AAA games that had the very like gory, like obviously the manly aspect of it, quote unquote. Women played a lot of that stuff. League of Legends used to be a thing that mostly women played for a while. So I mean, it's weird to think about, but like it's so funny to think about, because like I don't know what ladies play now, but I'm pretty sure if it's still the same, like I feel like guys just got more girly than women women girlified games. I think women were kind of not the ones that changed the games. It was guys that changed the games because guys wanted stuff more colorful. Women were fine with
Video games contain a lot of quick actions and dangerous stuff that we associate with masculinity, but women like the same basic stuff as we do, typically.
Yeah, typically. But that's the funniest thing, though. Guys also just kind of didn't, want the same game with, big buff armor guy with giant axe, Because that, after a while, it got really fucking repetitive. It just got really repetitive and was, the same game, 20 times. So it's it's just... People just kind of forget that women weren't the ones that did that. Dudes made games more colorful. You want to know why, there's a fucking black character in, a magic world, in a magic world or, as a knight or some shit? A dude did that. A guy, it's most likely that a guy just essentially was, didn't really give a shit if the character was black, It was just mainly, they just wanted the game to have some kind of color to it, and, as ironic as this may sound,
Not just repetitive, but also seemed fake as if something about these action and adventure games didn't feel realistic, or is that just my opinion?
No, yeah, no, you hit the nail on the head, Despite how, gory and, quote-unquote real it looked, the graphics were, quote-unquote insane at the time, it just looked the same no matter what. The realism aspect was fading and people just didn't care anymore for the realism aspect. At least not in visual aspect. In storytelling, people love when something is very real. But when it comes to visually, yeah, people are getting tired of this graphic these are high intensity, 60 FPS, 4K graphics, people were just tired of it after a while, because beforehand it was 1080p, and then it was 16-bit, 32-bit versus it was 32-bit, then it was high 32 frames per second graphics. I don't even remember, but it was look at these crazy realistic visuals. It was about realism rather than just a video game that you walk straight in and it looks real, But, eventually, but the funny thing is, ladies were completely fine with that. I know that sounds crazy, but games wouldn't have changed.
Not just the graphics, the settings, characters, and stories didn't seem realistic nor appealing.
No, it wasn't that it wasn't just appealing. It was appealing when it was new, but when it wasn't, because obviously, if you, think of something like fucking, Warhammer 40K, right? People saw that same game over and over and over and over and over again, and despite certain things having small changes, there was just a bunch of things that was Call of Duties and the Halos and the frickin' and the Warhammers and sure, they all were different games, quote unquote, but they all had the same fucking thing over and over and over again. So people eventually got to the level, and I was around during this time, people got to the level where they're I just want color in my games. That is it, right? It was by 2012, not 2012. 2012 is kind of when it was at peak. By 2015, 2014, 2015, people genuinely by 2016 is really when it really hit, when people are when gamers themselves, specifically guys, not women, guys really just wanted some color in their games. Not ladies. The ladies were completely fine with the games that we had at the time. So it's when somebody like Asmund Garbage talks about women ruining games, that is just heavily false. I know this because I lived through that time. I know this because most gamers that were dudes that
Color
were
in video games. LOL, I would love to see if you'd make it in a video game.
I'd love to see if you make it in a video game. I probably never will, but dudes wanted color in their games. It just started becoming more of a thing because and we knew that this was possible because anime, right? Because anime was also becoming a bigger thing eventually as well, right? So a lot of people basically came up with the idea, or asked the idea. It's hey, it's like anime games like have a lot of color, or like these anime like shows, and even some of the games in like Japan have color. Why don't we just have that? Like, we should have some like color in our games, maybe.
Some people just want color, period. We already like color live streams, lol.
Badoong ching. No, yeah, people just wanted a fucking, what do you call it? People just wanted some, like, something different to look at sometimes, like, because the worlds were mountain, like, because here's how it went.
Jokes aside, I'm a guy and don't like when games have a lack of colors.
Yeah, like, I mean, think about it, you know, it's like, it basically, like, eventually games became really gray. It was like Location A was giant ship, right? And then it went from giant ship to landing on gray planet with dirt, and then it was gray planet with dirt, and then a gray planet with dirt and mountain, then it was gray planet with sand that's gray and no mountains but then pyramids, and then it was gray planet then it was like gray background with maybe like I don't like with dead trees, and then it's a desert, and then everything is gray as fuck, even the fucking, like, you know, plant life, like everything was gray all the fucking time. And people, like, it was cool at first to watch a dying dystopian world, but when you see it,
generic stories about going to this generic looking world and this other generic looking world for generic combat.
Yeah, exactly. It was just a basic story, basic warrior story that was told the same way, the same thing, 50 million, like, over and over and over again, and people were just tired of it. People were just tired of the same exact game over and over and over again. So eventually, like, gamers eventually wanted color, and it was guys that wanted that shit, because guys have already played a bunch of that shit. It is the reason why, like, it's, you know, like, it's probably the reason why I just kind of stopped playing games myself, because I do remember that era when games were just gray, and it was the same game over and over and over again, right? And maybe that's why I just stopped, you know, because games just started being boring like that, right? You know, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I was sticking with Minecraft for fucking years, because it had some kind of color. It had colors. It had, like, visuals that were, like, yeah, sure, not the highest graphics, but it looked fine for what it was, you know? Even World of Warcraft and League of Legends was becoming gray as fuck, dude. They were becoming so gray. And it's like, you know, like, I just think people do not recognize the fact that, like, how you say, I don't think people recognize the fact that, like, excuse me, that games just used to be boring, like, used to just not be boring, they were just repetitive after a while, and something had to change. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think that the newer generation probably wants those games again, wants those games because they never got to experience those games. Because now, compared to what we used to grow up with, where everything was gray and bland and the same exact shit over and over again, they haven't gotten the really cheesy, like, really, like, old game, like the old games where everything's gray and everything's like, and it's like, you know, warrior gets through point A and finishes everything in point B, right? Like, it wasn't, you know, it's not the same game over and over again, or, like, what do you call it? It's not the same game over and over again anymore. And I do admit, like, games are much more colorful and much more, like, way better than what they once were previously. They are much, much more entertaining to play than what they used to be. Games are much more fun to play than what they used to be when, like, you know, with just different game mechanics, different types of games, obviously, like, you know, different types of games, again, just color put into the world, the characters being, like, different style, like, looking differently, rather than just man, you know, rather than just man in iron, in, like, in armor, you know, like, buff dude in armor, you know, like, it, you know, it was just different varieties, different things, different worlds. Like, the worlds are not just gray. It's like, you know, if it's like the generic, like, typical worlds that you expect, it's
and
now
also AAA
not...
games also have too flashy of graphics, too high of memory, and primarily about combat.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Yeah, primarily about combat. Yeah, it probably is now, let's be honest. Yeah, it's also grindy as fuck. Like, you know, games were just also grindy as fuck, right? So it's like, and people just didn't want that sometimes. Sorry.
This reminds.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really, like, you know, get a good grasp of it, but, you know, like, newer generation people probably, like, you know...
Game grinding is barely ever pleasing. Unless you're playing an idle game where grinding is the point.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes literally padoonching. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the thing. I think the newer generation, they've not experienced the type of garbage that we experienced. So, like, they probably want these more generic games because they didn't get that. Because now it's kind of more unique games than ever now, you know? Like, I think these games are more unique than they've ever been, so probably now, like, you know, the typical generic game that we used to see over and over again for the past fucking, like, decade, like, at the time, like, I think, you know, they're probably, like, how do you say it? I think they're probably gonna get really interested in, like, you know, they're probably gonna want games like that for a while because... Unfortunately, you know, like, how you say it, they just never experienced it before, so it may not be unique to us, but it will be unique to them, unfortunately. So, you know, it's gonna suck, but it makes sense. So, the worst thing is compared to previously as well, they also definitely believe the what do you call it? They also definitely believe the stupid, like, women ruined gaming thing. Just, like, but they weren't alive around the time that, you know, gaming was mostly a dude activity at the time. So, you know, they weren't around the era when women were mainly playing those very gray games that we didn't want anymore. So, just saying. But, oh well. At least for now.
I honestly never even heard of the women ruined gaming issue you mentioned.
It's a Gamergate thing. It's a bunch of like World of Warcraft players and like RPG game players that usually only played like a lot of the people that played those same like gray game, like people that like played kind of the same game for the past like fucking 10 years, you know, or have like, or just really like the very dudes that try to be like the alpha bro fuckers, you know, those guys, those people like say that women ruin gaming, even though like, you know, those games still exist and they grew up with the same problem that we did, you know. So it's a weird thing, but it's called Gamergate, where basically it's gatekeeping but for gamers, where basically dudes just think that women like just basically like, oh, women ruin gaming, when in reality that's like dudes like ended up making better games, you know. Now don't get me wrong, are a lot of games and shows very soap opera-y? Yes. I will say that. A lot of TV shows, like animated shows and games that have like 2D cartoony like effects, those games very, very much like have the
I think it should be corporations ruined gaming, just like they ruined everything.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, they say corporations like at first, but then they switch and be like, oh, women is the reason why, because they appeal to all like corporations appeal to the women. Like, as true as that could have been, the problem is the reason why was because the only people that were playing those AAA games that were like complete ass, or like were playing those AAA games that were like, you know, that were, you know, the generic games in the first place, were women. It's like, so I wouldn't blame them. I would blame corporations. You know, they were just doing, like, I wouldn't even say corporations technically even ruined that shit. It's just, like, people were playing the game, like, women were completely fine with the generic games. But the problem is the way the argument that they are trying to make is all these colorful indie games that have like wizards and like and fucking like, you know, and like, you know, like not fetch quest, but like wizards and like furry characters and fucking like and like you know, some
Actually,
like
I could imagine what the women ruined gaming thing would look like. Being preached by horny guys that just want revealing female characters, to name one example.
Oh yeah, probably, sure. Yeah, well, here's the funniest thing. I think no, you completely hit the nail on the head, right? Like fucking like all these fucking games where it's like got like, yeah, it's got like anime characters and fucking like and like furry characters, and some of the characters are obviously like there's multiple different races because duh, because it's just normal. That's just like everybody's interaction because they base it off of people that they know in reality because that's just human, you know? Like, I mean, like characters being like games actually being like platformers being very colorful and shit, like, you know, like Shovel Knight and Hollow Knight and fucking what do I call it, and fucking Celeste, and like, I mean, even I don't really like Peak that much, but you know, Peak and fucking
I know a couple friends who are like that, paying too much attention to those type of female characters.
Yeah, I mean, this is the irony about it. It's like they see the fucking characters like is not like big buff white dude, and like, you know, even like they don't see that's like big buff armor guy that's a white guy, and like, you know, and they all like don't like, and they like freak the fuck out, which is just insane. It's like, oh yeah, Viking character, like Viking girl, that's like that, you know, because like you know, it's like, oh, Viking woman? Well, this isn't accurate to history. Bitch! Like, what about the fucking wizard? Like, what about the fucking, like, oh yeah, you're right, because the fucking Eye of Sauron ass thing is totally real. Dude. Like, there's people shooting magic and witches and fucking like poison, like people like witches like shooting poison brews and giant fucking like creatures with these
barely anyone
like,
gives AF about historical accuracy.
Like giant fucking monster creatures with like these fucking huge claws and like giant golem creatures and cyclops and like, brother, it's like you cannot fucking tell me that you want accurate history when you fucking want to fight like a bunch of giant monsters. Like, don't even fucking go there, man. Oh, but the main protagonist is a Viking girl. It's a Viking. It's a fucking Viking. I'm sorry. I'm talking about a very specific game because like there was a game that I played that was fucking awesome because you got to play this fucking Viking lady that kicked ass, dude. I didn't even play it that long. It was like a friend that what do you call it? It was like a friend that showed me
specific
this game.
You say?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the game because he showed me it and it was fucking awesome. It was like this combat game that you got to fucking like fight monsters, dude. Like, and these monsters were badass, dude. This game was fun as shit, dude. I fought this giant fucking golem creature that like chucks like fireballs at you, like that was like chucking like fireballs and like just a bunch of like shit at you. Like the world was like immersive. He could grab shit from the environment and like just throw it at you, and it was fucking awesome. It was fun as hell, dude. I'm like, bro, like it bugs the shit out of me because like I know somebody got like pissed off at, I can't remember the name of the game, but it's this fucking Viking lady like that just like kills monsters. How fucking awesome is that? Like, dude, I don't give, like, it's so fucking funny because like, you know, but because it's a woman, they're just like, oh yeah, well women, it's like, oh, but it's a woman, this is woke. I'm like, bitch, you know that a lot of Vikings were women, right? Like, you know, women Viking, like, you know, some leaders that were Vikings were women too, right? Like, you do realize that, like, Vikings are Vikings. They're vicious motherfuckers. They killed a lot of people no matter who you were. Like, they were Vikings, bitch. I'm like, I don't give a flying fuck, it's a fucking Viking. I think it's fun as hell. You know, I'm not helping the stereotype of buff character fighting giant monsters, but that is exactly what these guys want. It's giant. It's a fucking buff character fighting giant fucking creatures. Like fighting mystical fucking creatures. It's cool as hell.
There were a lot of women leaders everywhere in history, and I doubt the Vikings cared about the sex of the sailors.
Oh, they did not give a shit, yeah. Like, there's plenty of, like, you know, leaders that were women that were Vikings. They did not, you know, I'm gonna tell you, they did not care about gender roles at the time. Like, I do not think they gave a shit. So, you know, it's like trying to pretend that fucking sometimes women weren't like that too. The fact that, like, even if you want, like, historical accuracy, yes, women were also fucking warriors as well. They were leaders at one point of fucking like armies and shit. Sometimes, you know?
Vikings probably didn't care about gender roles, and we definitely do not either.
No, they do not. I'm like, yeah, but it's just annoying because I saw someone like fucking shitting on that fucking game and it was badass, dude. It was fun as hell. And it's just like so annoying that like they just chalk it up, like they just basically be like, oh, this game sucks because of woman protagonist. Fuck off, you know? Fuck off. Like, I like fucking like it's got every other fucking thing. If the game is fun, that's the point. If the game is fun, I don't give a shit who I'm playing. I don't care who's the protagonist. You know, it's very clear it's not based off of the character itself. It's based off of the gameplay, you know. But whatever.
Most people, video games are as male as the color blue.
Yeah, I hate pink. I'm a boy. Oh man, this is the lesson, isn't it?
Yep, because both of those ideas are far more recent than we think.
There were many female warriors. Take the Amazons or Valkyrie, for example.
There are many female warriors. Take the Amazons and Valkyrie. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude. There are plenty of them that were leaders, and it's fucking insane that people try to pretend that they don't exist, so.
Until the 1980s.
But that was so long ago. Is it true there was a white president?
Oh yeah, there were a ton of them. Speaking of which, do me
Oh yeah, I forgot that this was the time when Obama was president. Oops.
a favor. Imagine a small child. They have long golden hair, a frilly dress, and a pretty hat. What gender are they?
Well, based on my knowledge of this.
And the Valkyrie female warriors were from Norse mythology. You know, from Scandinavia, where the Vikings came from.
Valkyrie female warriors were Norse mythology. Let's see. You know, from Scandinavia, where the Vikings came from? Yeah, exactly.
I say female.
Wrong. I'm describing our 32nd president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Before World
Oh,
War
yeah.
II, little boys and little girls wore the same outfits. Pretty dresses.
I hate it! Wait a minute. I can actually really move in this.
In the 1950s, gender-specific clothing came into fashion, and adults basically started dressing kids like smaller versions of themselves.
Yeah, it is interesting to think about that in the 50s is kind of when gender norms started becoming a thing. Yeah, huh. I didn't even think about that. That's probably also, like, yeah, most of history, we kind of probably didn't have that type of shit back then. Unless it was, like, very specific, like, type of, you know, times, I guess.
Aw, man, I like the dress. Hey, cool, I look like a car salesman.
In the 70s, unisex fashion once again became all the rage.
I can't tell what I am. At least my neck is warm.
Yeah, in the 80s also, yeah, because everybody had fucking wild hair at the time. That is true. That's true to think about.
Until the mid-80s, when gender norms once again took over, and pink for girls and blue for boys became basically mandatory.
This looks great, but it could use a bit more blue.
And it wasn't just clothes. In the 80s, the toy aisle also became strictly divided into boy and girl.
Sorry, one sec.
This reminds.
Oh, oops, I forgot to put this as the R. Sorry.
And dolls. And that's when the same thing happened to video games.
Yeah, because I put video games and boys sections and toys. Yes, this I remember actually. I remember this because like this was not that long ago when video games, yeah, like they used to be in the toy section, like, and they used to be for guys specifically. I do remember this because even when like, you know, consoles were like kind of starting to have their own section in the electronics area, they were mostly around the boys section. There was like dudes toys and like dudes stuff, right? Like for boys. And yeah, typically the electronics like near like that were like game consoles and shit, they were like right next to the boys toys. They were right next to like all of like, they were like literally on the other side of that shit. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I do remember this when like the PlayStation was a thing. Yeah, it was in the guys section. It was in the boys section. So I'm like, this is also the reason why I think sorry. This is the reason why I think gaming also just became a boys thing over a girls thing, just because like, yeah, because it was just in the section at the time, and you know, people just didn't really think twice about it. Like Gen X parents didn't really think twice about it because they thought that, like, they just probably thought that, you know, what do you call it? Gen X and boomer parents probably just thought it was like, well, it's, you know, it's like, oh, well, here's a electric thing. This is probably for boys because, you know, music and shit, because rock and shit used to be known for just guys mainly too.
From my
yeah, gender norms.
Early video games like Pong were totally unisex.
Am I a boy dot or a girl dot?
You're just a dot.
Ow, 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 ow.
In fact, the game was marketed to the entire family.
What about Pac-Man? He was a boy.
True, but the game was so popular with women that when it came time for a sequel, the developers gave it a female main character, Ms. Pac-Man.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm spooky.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, just a lot of ladies also probably played like regular Pac-Man because it was just like so gender neutral. So, I mean, you know, then Miss Pac-Man. That makes sense why Miss Pac-Man became a thing. The problem is, Miss Pac-Man is way fucking harder, too. If you actually played Miss Pac-Man 2, like, it did, like, the one, like, she moves, like, super fucking fast across, like, the screen. Oh, wait. No, you're right. Never mind. The one that I'm remembering is actually
the early
not
video
the
games
original.
from the 80s were actually quite unisex.
Yeah, of course. You know. But then the 90s came around, I guess. You're right.
Mrs. Ms. She was a modern 80s career woman.
I have an MBA in eating ghosts.
Waka 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 waka.
Ah! She's so confident!
And not only was much of the audience female, many of the developers were too. Among the stars of early game design were Atari's Carol Shaw, Centipede creator Donna
It's actually
Bailey,
confirmed that
and
Ms. Pac-Man was
Roberta
intentionally made as a better and harder game.
Was made as an intentional, better, and harder game. Okay, that's what I thought. Because I'm like, I swear to God, I thought it was harder, but maybe I'm misremembering. And yeah, of course, the people that made, like, the very popular games of, what do you call it, very popular games at the time were ladies as well. Crazy how developers were, like, you know, crazy the developers of boy games that were really popular for boys also ended up being women. God, sometimes people forget the history that we have.
adventure game pioneer and company co-founder, whose King's Quest series was a massive...
Oh yeah, also Roberta Williams still makes stuff to this day. Hold
Carol
on.
Shaw,
Hold on.
Centipede creator Donna Bailey, and Roberta Williams, an adventure game
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, Roberta Williams actually recently made a game. Hold on. Roberta Williams. I think it's her. I don't remember if it's her or if it's people that worked with Roberta Williams. Hold on. King's Quest. Yep, I remember King's Quest. Mystery House. Trying to remember, because she was actually making a new game, I think. Hold on. I think it might have been people that were working with her instead, because the people that made King's Quest are actually how do you say it, the people that are making King's Quest, or like that made King's Quest at one point, they were making a different game, and I'm kind of curious if it's just the developers that worked on it, or if it was or if Roberta Williams is the main person. It might not be Roberta Williams. It might just be it just might be the developers that were on her team at the time, which makes sense. Weird. Yeah, King's Quest was a hell of a fun... Oh, this is not the one that I thought it was. Hold on. Oh. This is not the one I thought it was. Huh? Wait, this one was made in 2015. Huh? Oh. Oh, okay. Good to know.
Invasion of the Twitch ad.
God damn it.
This reminds
The ad is gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that they're making, like, it's not King's Quest. What the fuck is the one with, like, the knight where, like, in the sword? Fucking damn it. What is the name of that game? Fucking game with, like, the knight, and, like, you go through, like, a whole dungeon, and you save a princess. Fucking, but it's, like, a quick, like, point and click game. Fuck is it? Hold on. It's like an arcade game. It fucking is so similar to a bunch of other ones, but it, like, the knight is not like is like more of a scrawny guy. That just kind of gets lucky most of the time. Game choices. It might be a different one that I'm thinking of.
Pioneer and company co-founder, whose King's Quest series was a massive hit among gamers of all stripes.
Cool, seems like everything's great. Can I play my game now?
Nope, because all of that changed thanks to the video game crash of 1983. Greedy publishers started flooding the market with shoddy games like I Want My Mommy, Lost Luggage, and E.T.
Yeah.
for the Atari 2600.
Ugh. Yeah.
Which has been called one of the worst games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yuck! I'll play anything, and even I know that's a turd.
Most adults stopped playing games entirely, and the video game market cratered.
That makes sense. I mean, yeah, especially when games were just kind of shit most of the time. It's kind of crazy to think about, yeah, gaming just made a comeback after that.
So when it came time to market the original Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo devised a plan. Instead of selling it in the electronics section, they sold it in the toy aisle. But by then, the toy aisle was completely separated into pink and blue, boy and girl. Nintendo had to choose a side.
Yeah, another thing that Nintendo, fucking ruined, by the way.
They went with boy, and then they marketed to those boys relentlessly.
What's it like to play the Nintendo Entertainment System?
Now you're playing with power.
Other brands soon followed suit.
E.T. was so bad that the angry video game nerd doesn't even bring up its name.
Yep.
Separates the men from the boys.
And kept marketing to them as they grew up.
It's not the size of your howitzer, it's what you do with it.
I got this pulling a 360 stalefish.
I know you like that. I know you love that.
It's all about the control.
Yeah, this was... Okay, so this is definitely the 2000s ones. Yeah, there was a lot of boobs. Like, when they started getting into teens, bro, my god. There was so many fucking titties.
You are so totally whipped.
Come and play with me.
And after
Yeah.
decades of this kind of advertising...
That one was in 2015, though. That was a Raid Shadow Legends ad, by the way. That one was definitely not... Hold on. Sorry. You notice how he played a Raid Shadow Legends ad? Hold on. Yeah, you notice how he skipped from the 90s to fucking, like, an early 2000s to fucking 2015? Fucking Raid Shadow Legends ad?
And after decades of this kind of advertising...
What's up, bitch?
We now think of video games as being the exclusive domain of the male sex.
But that's the thing, though. Not really at the same time.
Okay, those ads are weird, but
Like, I mean, that's also the thing to think about as well. That also wasn't as true at the time because the stereotype was breaking. Unfortunately, we just have a new generation now that doesn't think that that doesn't know that the stereotype used to exist. And again, women played these fucking 2000s games. Like, I cannot fucking tell you how many people play, like, the reason why the fucking, like, you know, why gaming was so stuck in the fucking FPS era was because of women. I cannot tell you how fucking much, like, that was just so fucking common. Anyway, the reason why it was stuck, the only reason why it changed was because of, like, was because dudes wanted color, and they'd thank fucking Lord.
Boys just like video games more than girls do.
Sorry, Jake.
But
that's
they
a
don't.
straight up myth. More adult women play video games than teenage boys do.
Sweet.
That's just kind
Yeah, and that was just, unfortunately, the fact that he's using Candy Crush makes it worse. Because unfortunately, like, it wasn't just a mobile games, it was games in like it was specifically it was like specifically a lot of like FPS shooters and shit, which is why games were like this was near the end of that era, thank fucking god. But goddamn, dude, it was like it was stuck in the worst time period at that time. So
stupid phone games.
So games are games, Jake. All that means is that mainstream consoles like PS4.
that was also false, that women also mostly played phone games. What do you call it? That women mostly played, like, you know, terrible phone games. That was false at the time. You know, that was completely false. Most women played, like, fucking League of Legends and even World of Warcraft was a lot more they were very much more in there too as well, but like I think that was mostly dude oriented, but a lot of like Halo, fucking Call of Duty, like I mean, I'm trying to think of other FPS shooters at the time, like CS:GO. Oh my god, the amount of women that played CS:GO at the time was the reason why we had so much fucking trouble. Dota ended up being popular because of them, thank god, and fucking like Dota and fucking...
I actually know and play a game made by a developer who advertises to girls, and the game is not even too overly feminine. It's just about making music with an electric guitar.
Yeah, there's that too, you know. Like, weirdly enough, the colorful stuff was mainly, like, for dudes later. It's just, like, the problem is they're trying to use the statistic of being like, well, phone games are... It's like, well, women play mobile games, and that's considered video games. Yeah, they're considered shitty fucking, like, you know, even at the time was, like, transactional games that were, like, pay to win, when most of the time women played just fucking, like, a lot more hardcore games than dudes think, or then, like, that's the one thing that's really annoying, is this stereotype was pushing it at the time.
In reality, a lot of video games can be considered unisex.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays, yeah, probably. Like, nowadays, most fucking definitely. But, like, I hate to say it, but, like, even then, I feel like they're in different categories now. I feel like they're less unisex than they ever once were before, because at the time, or, like, because now, it feels like they're for very specific groups of very specific people, like, you know, certain people, like, now it feels like they're kind of, like, more politicized than what they once were before, where now it's like, oh, yeah, well, now here's the one with the dudes were in big armor and, you know, fucking, like, and no women in this, and buff guys, like, fighting warrior shit, and then there's, like, ones where it's, like, story games, where it's, fucking, not webcomic, but what is it called? I remember the fucking name of it. Don't tell me. The games where it has like the storylines and then it has like the characters, the visual novel games, right? Then there's visual novel games, and then there's fucking what do you call it? Then there's like platformers, but now it's like now they're kind of like, you know, there's like platformers like with like old game, like trying to replicate the old game style. Then there's like the what do you call it? Now, obviously, there's FPSs like crazy, and then there's like these RPG games. Then there's the freaking then there's like the ranking system games where it's like, I guess it's still an FPS, but like it's like Overwatch type games, but now it's not Overwatch. Now it's like Marvel Rivals or whatever the fuck. And then there's like the fucking, I don't know. The variety has gotten less, if that or not variety. The variety has gotten more. and then there's like those really heavy story, like single player games. Then there's friend slop games, which are like a bunch of people come together for this one weird task, and it's clearly meant to be played with friends, and like you fuck up a lot. YouTuber games, I guess, is what you call them. Party games. Then there's party games. It's just like there's games that are meant for specific types of people now, rather than games for rather than just like a whole unisex type of thing, right? Like, and it feels like heavily politicized now, because now it's like, okay, a person that plays like a platformer, the main protagonist is probably going to be this girl with like pink hair, right? Or, you know, like my dude would probably be more into it, like, you know, the character's probably going to be like gay or some shit, because like they recognize that like fucking dudes have, like, they recognize that, not dudes, they recognize that like that politics has kind of fucked a lot of genres over. So now it's like, now they kind of got to cater to a specific audience, like furries are even one, right? You know, and it's like, well, the character's got to be gay because a lot of furries are gay, right? It sucks. It really does, because it feels like rather than games being catered to everybody,
games that focus more on political lore than any other type of lore.
Yeah, it sucks, because now it feels like games are now more catered in a very specific way towards very specific people, rather than a general problem or rather than like a general basis anymore, like where it's based off of everyone. And it like, or it could just,
and they appeal to specific people by following stereotypes.
Yeah, exactly. And it fucking sucks, you know? It sucks ass, because it's like, these games are like great and shit. It's just, they recognize, like, even Friday Night Funkin', like, they recognize that a lot of those people were the, like, you know, they recognize a lot of those people that play like those DDR games. Like, it wasn't necessarily the people that played DDR game. It was people that played like more of artistic games, if that makes any sense, right? And like, they recognized they had to appeal to that audience, and it's annoying, right? Because a game can't just be a game anymore. Like, especially with a lot of anime games, like, clearly they gotta be, like, having all these cute anime characters that have giant tits, right? And, like, that have, like, huge tits and, like, are small girl, right? But then also fucking had giant weapon and destroy people, right? Like, it's like, it sucks. Because now everybody's gotta follow, like, a stereotype. Like, people gotta follow a stereotype now, rather than having a completely unilateral unisex game, right? Like, a game that can just appeal to everybody. Because the irony is, like, you can make a game like that, and there's been games like that. It's just annoying that now it's, like, based off of people's politics now, because unfortunately, Gamergate ruined that shit. And now it's like, people don't want to be associated with that shit. So now, like, there's gonna be, like, a whole subsection of people that are just in their own place.
It's hard to believe that the power of Neo is real now.
Power of Neo, yeah.
For an Xbox One are refusing to serve a huge untapped market.
Untapped market.
We're talking millions of women who would love...
Yeah, not untapped anymore. Not untapped anymore, dude. Unfortunately, not untapped anymore. It's very tapped in now.
...to play more games, but are being pushed away from the hobby by weird, old-fashioned marketing that publishers are sticking with, seemingly out of sheer force of habit.
Force of habit.
Ow, who's doing that? Why are you hurting me, Megan?
Because I'm mad at you. I like games. I've always liked them. It's just sometimes I feel like they don't love me back. You act like I'm not supposed to play them or something just because you listen to all these stupid ads.
Jake, video games are the greatest new art form of the century. They can do anything. Saying they're for just one gender is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like saying movies are just for girls or books are just for dads. It's stupid.
When we think about video games in such a limited way, it makes the games worse, it loses the industry money, and it's really mean to your sister.
Fine. All I want to do is have fun on the last day of summer, but I guess summer sucks, cartoons suck, video games suck, and all I have to do forever is learn about stupid things that make fun suck!
Jake, if you wait 1 second, I'll tell you why learning actually makes everything more fun.
I don't care!
Just wait. He'll burn out in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, I've seen this before. Hey, Jake. Did you learn anything today, buddy? Jake, learning actually makes the world even more fun. Here, let me show you.
Not gonna lie, the show is also very cringe. I do remember Adam Ruins Everything, and it was really cringe, but it was very informational, and like it actually did give a lot of like it was very formal and like a lot of the stuff that it did, but god, it wasn't fucking cringe. Like these types of shows also like allowed YouTube to be as cringe as it is now. So the artificiality.
Where are we?
Oh, these are games
Splatoon? Hold on, wait. Hold on. Okay, so let's see.
Makes the world even more fun. Here, let me show you.
Hold on. Let's see here. Mario Kart 8. Yep, that's definitely a unisex game for sure, probably. Minecraft. Yep. Splatoon. Yep. What's this other one? What is that other one? Dune? Dune is considered... Is that Dune? No, that's a different game.
Oh, these are games that I play when you're not around.
So Jake, when Nintendo learned that making games just for boys was limiting their audience, they hired a female director to create Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Oh yeah, Animal Crossing. Yeah, that's also another thing. Which, you know, it's just really funny because most of their audience is fucking guys. It's like, it's crazy to think about, but yeah, most Animal Crossing people, or most people that play Animal Crossing, are guys. I've noticed a lot of times with these peaceful, like, productive games, a lot of times it's always dudes. Like, it's so weird because ladies seem to make, like, games that are good for guys, and guys seem to make things that are good for ladies for some odd reason. But it makes complete sense because, like, if guys technically just kind of keep out all the bullshit, while ladies tend to be more like, what do you call it? Well, ladies guys tend to want to, how do I say this? Guys have a lot more, like, feelings and are a lot more like, hi, Neon Sheep, how's work? How's errands? How's your day in general? Hoping well for you. Guys are just more like, congrats, you're hydrated. How do you feel? Guys are just more, how do you say it? Are more like, they're better with feelings. How do I explain this? A lot of games that I've played recently that have, like, really good story with it have been made by guys. Dads specifically, which is very interesting to see. Like, a lot of older guys, and even, like, you know, younger
Ladies like to be
guys,
adventurous while guys like to be easygoing.
yeah, like, guys just end up making very, like, very wholesome, very sad, very, like, very impactful stories. And it's very, like, and it's very nice to see, right? Well, ladies make a lot of games that are very, violent, dare I say. Ladies have been kind of making a lot more violent games that have, like, crazy things in them. Now, don't get me wrong, there's people that, like, follow the stereotype, but 99.9% of the time, guys make things that are more emotional and heavier in story with games lately, while women are more the ones that kind of make more of the generic, like, you know, the more generic adventure type games where it's like open RPGs and open world games and like FPS shooters and like a lot more violent games than dudes do. The development team and the director happens to be women most of the time. And I know that's like, you know, it sounds crazy, but that is just the case most of the time. Like, you know, and unfortunately, women, like, the only reason why women probably are considered the director for certain games, like for certain corporate games, is because certain corporate games, like, corporations still follow that same stereotype as well and think that, oh, ladies can make these really prissy game, like, not prissy games, but make these very, like, yeah, no, I'll call it prissy games, right? Very prissy type games. And what ends up happening is most guys end up playing those games because they can't act like that. They can't act like they want things nice and neat, and like they can't show their feminine side a little bit, you know, in the real world. So they show it in a video game, right? You know, farming and like, you know, decor, home decor, and like, what else? Like freaking like even grinding, like obviously being like in dirt and fishing, like obviously fishing is, they say that is a guy thing, but I think that's more of a ladylike thing because you're like sitting there and being patient. But like, it's like you're, trying to make everybody happy and shit so you can get to goal A and goal B, right? It's like it's such a dude thing, right? And it's like, but you know, dude, like they pretend that dudes just don't play those games, when in reality more dudes probably play Animal Crossing than women that I know, and more women play fucking, like, a lot of those, like, a lot of the typical games that you would the typical games that gamergate people stereotype all the fucking time. Like I have, like I said, one of my
Good
friends.
point. I've mostly seen other guys playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah. One of my friends, like, that are ladies, I have more of a problem with, like, I kind of don't like a lot of the language that, like Space King uses, right? I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's whatever. It's kind of Flash Kids. It's edgy stuff, right? But there's, like, some things that I've noticed with, like, certain shows, right? I'm not a huge fan of, like, certain shows. Like, I'm a fan of Space King, but I think it's very, like, stereotypical, like, gamer bullshit, like every other fucking, like, show and game around that time, like around that past time. But it's okay to watch it, right? More ladies, I swear, like that show than guys do. That sounds fucking crazy, but like, I know a woman that likes that show a lot more than I do. She has the fucking figures. She has like the fucking like little figurines that, like, the Space King, like Space King figurines. I don't even buy the merchandise. I like stuff like Digital Circus, and she thinks Amazing Digital Circus is way more dumb. Like, because it's like not just like, she thinks it's less funny, which I think is wild to think about. Like, yeah, I mean, obviously it's less funny. It's more of like a story-based show, but you kind of, like, you see how this works, right? Like, I have, like I said, women just seem to be more into, like, the violent type stories that are, like, more surface level and, like, just kind of get on with everything, versus guys that just want a deeper story with deeper meaning, a deeper reason, and and probably characters that are a bit more relatable. Well, women just want more surface level stories. Obviously, certain women follow certain stereotypes, but just millennial women are very different from from previous stereotypical generations, right? And that just seems to be a thing. And unfortunately, I think that Zoomers are, like, not boomers, but Zoomers specifically, Gen Z people, are trying to fall into a stereotype that really is not, falls into that stereotype, maybe because they want to, but I also feel like they're also trying to, like, pretend like they don't have, like, that these stereotypes aren't a problem, or these stereotypes aren't, like, or these stereotypes are just the average traditional way of doing things, quote unquote, when in reality, like when in reality, the other stuff that we've been doing for years has been the actual, like, original way that probably has been intended. But, maybe it's just me, I don't know.
You play this too, Megan? I love this game.
Me too. It fulfills my childhood fantasy of making friends and owning property.
It also broke sales records, and 56% of the people playing it are women.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Hold on. That was in 2015, though. That's not true, though. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I'm basing it off of, like, maybe I'm basing it off of current ones. Hold on. Animal Crossing. Hold on. Gender. Fan base. First demographic. There we go. Hold on. What's the newest one? Hold on, let me see. Hold on a second. Newest Animal Crossing. I'm actually curious because that seems wild. New Horizons, okay. What was this one? This was just regular Animal Crossing?
Good fantasy. A female director to create.
Where are we?
Oh, these are games that I play when you're not around.
So Jake, when Nintendo learned that making games just for boys was limiting their audience, they hired a female director to create Animal Crossing New Leaf.
You play this too?
Okay, New Leaf was the one apparently. They might be basing that off of the original Animal Crossing though. Hold on. I'm actually curious because I'm so surprised because the only people I have seen play this are dudes. Oh wow. Okay. Never mind. I guess wow, it was an even split by the time it came out. So it's been, yeah, it's about 50% dudes and 50% males or females now. Okay, that's interesting. That's so weird. Is that correct? Hold on. Let me see. Let me see what New Leaf was. That just doesn't seem correct. Hold on. No, that's correct, apparently. 56% of players were female. Okay. In New Leaf, but in New Horizons, it was, what do I call it? It was mostly women. Or New Horizons, it was mostly men. So New Horizons, it was mostly men. In New Leaf, it was mostly women. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Good to know. Alright, well. Now it's mostly men, but I guess beforehand it wasn't. Wow, what a skewed statistic.
I love this game.
Me too. It fulfills my childhood fantasy of making friends and owning property. It also broke sales records, and 56% of the people playing it are women.
Really?
Yeah, and with the rise of indie games, more and more female developers are getting to make whole new types of video games.
God. Oh, God, fucking politics really ruined that, didn't it?
That's Kelly Santiago, one of the creators of Journey.
Oh, I love Journey. It's so beautiful. But where is she?
Over here, Megan.
Journey?
I'm just hanging out in my own game.
Cool.
When we created Journey, we wanted to make a game that anyone could relate to. So our theory was that console video games and gamers were being unfairly pigeonholed into only a limited range of genres. Our goal with Journey was to show that games could be about something else, and that both avid and first-time gamers would embrace these new types of games.
So, in short, adding color to fucking video games. God damn it. Of course they were the ones
And it
to
worked.
do that.
Journey was a massive hit among all types of gamers.
It does look pretty fun.
And now developers are really experimenting with reaching all types of players. It's an incredibly exciting time in video.
Yeah, not anymore, unfortunately. That's still true, but man, did it really just recognize that people had to appeal to certain things.
Thanks, Kelly.
Bye, gotta go. There's a sandstorm coming.
Bye, Kelly. Bye.
Video games are all about unbridled imagination, so when we set them free of arbitrary restrictions, they're more fun than ever.
Copyright law's the same way. If we just let the public domain flourish, think of all the awesome new works that would be created.
Or summer breaks. If we looked at our educational system with fresh eyes, we could make sure that every kid has just as fun a summer as you.
We don't have to keep doing things the same way just because that's how people did them in the past. We have the power to learn about the world and improve it so that future
And we did, until current year.
generations can have fun without limits.
So what you're saying is, if we learn, we can be free of society's dumb rules?
That's exactly right.
Okay, well, then you know what I want. Oh no. The last day of summer's almost over. And I ripped up my notebook. All that fun now.
Wanna play Journey?
You still wanna play with me?
You're annoying and weird, but okay.
I've actually not played Journey, but interesting. Yeah, okay. Weird.
Megan, Jake, we're home! Who the are you?
Some people like annoying and weird, lol.
Yeah, I mean, some people like annoying and weird. Annoying and weird what? Sorry, what? What did I miss? I'm sorry. Did I miss something? Yeah.
Just being annoying and weird in general.
Oh, I gotcha. Let me see. I'm just kind of curious because I'm like, now that fucking gaming has probably been dudeified, let me, okay, hold on. Let me see if it's still true. Let me look at Dota 2 because I don't know if it's mostly women now, but it might be. Let me see. It's the top person, fucking lady. Let's find out. Nope, that is an official or official thing. Hold on. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to wait for the fucking ad to play. Yeah, it's still a lady. Yep, still women. There's still one guy that's like above them, but then there's another person. The first one is the official, Dota, I guess, competition thing. But then there's, let's see, the third the person that's after this guy is a lady. And then another lady, and then another woman, and then another woman, and then another woman, and then it's a guy again. It's like, yeah, I mean, yep, still competitive gaming always has more women than men. It's super weird. Meanwhile, Minecraft, it's mostly guys. It's still really weird to think about it. It's like, meanwhile, Minecraft has mostly dudes. Super strange to think about. Like, I know that sounds weird to think about, but it is crazy. Yeah, it's like there's just way less women in things like Minecraft than there is like Street Fighter probably has a fuckload of ladies playing it right now. Let's see. This is competition. Oh my god, they're all like competitive. Okay, this is not helping. Like, they're all just like competition fucking things right now. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, man. I mean, fucking, I don't know, man. It's like ladies just play a lot more of like the crazier games. It's always weird because it's like the fucking everything else like that's being played is, how do you say it? Everything else that's being played that's like more colorful is always dudes. It's so weird to think about, but like it's true. It just is a common thing. Fucking Pokemon out of everything, too. More dudes, I swear, play that than women do. I'm trying to find a game that's not as, like, common. Even Rocket League, I guarantee, like, more women are playing than dudes. Let me see. Let me check out Rocket League.
Pokemon is more ESO unisex MO.
Yeah, it is more unisex, but more guys play Pokemon than women do, though. Which is always weird to think about. Like, it's all, like, it's always the stuff with the cute creatures in it. Dudes just end up playing more. So, like I said, women just like the violent games more. I know that technically Pokemon is violent as well, but not like, it doesn't have that kind of violence. Resident Evil, hold on, let me check Resident Evil. Let me see if, see, Resident Evil. That might be where more guys are playing like, Resident Evil than, let's see, Resident Evil Requiem is what it is? Oh, it refreshed. Okay, never mind. Let's look at Rocket League. Hold on. I don't know if Rocket League counts, because Rocket League is can be kind of just obviously not like catered to a specific gender. I'm trying to like think of a game that's catered to a specific gender that like that dudes would be playing, like that people would assume would be dudes like playing it more than women. Because this is kind of like, it's Rocket League is kind of can be kind of unisex. So I'm trying to like look at this list here and be like, okay, what is a unisex type game? It's the question. Like, Dead by Daylight, that would probably be one that would be assumed to be like a fucking, like, for a dude game. Let's see, Dead by Daylight. Let's find out here. There you go. Immediately emo girl playing it. Also another woman. I don't know who this is, but this is probably a dude. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I mean, it's like, there you go. Another lady, another lady. I think this is definitely a guy. Another woman. What the fuck is going on with this dude? Another lady. Obviously a guy, but it's like, you notice how it's mostly women playing this, like, essentially quote-unquote dudes game? Like, it's always gonna, like, it's wild that people think that guys are the ones that play all the dude games. Now, let's find a bit more of a, let's search up Celeste. Let's see how many guys are fucking playing Celeste right now. And, like, let's see how few and far in between it is. Hold on. Sorry, Celeste. How do I spell Celeste? Celeste? How do I spell it, actually? No, how do I spell it?
I imagine it'll be like that for at least half of the games on that list.
Oh, yeah, probably. It will be mostly women. Yeah, there. Okay. Like, yep, there's a dude.
How you'll see more female than male gamers.
Yeah, I know. It's just interesting to think about. It's like, yeah. Okay, this one, there's actually more ladies, too. For once. How about Hollow Knight? Let's see, who's playing Hollow Knight? Dudes really like Hollow Knight. Let's see if this... Oh, okay, that's a lady, too. Okay, never mind. Maybe just women in general are just like... Maybe just women in general are just kind of playing games more, or maybe they just kind of dominate everything. You know, maybe there's just always more women than men that play games. Maybe just overall, I'm really just being beaten out by everything, so... I don't know, even the dude games, even the games that they say is dude games. Okay, Slay the Spire, that's gotta be, like, that's definitely a dude game, right? Unless it's not, and I'm just an idiot. Hold on. I'm really trying to, like, break a stereotype here, but, like, all I'm just proving is that women play these games more than men. Okay, there we go. Oh wait, is Slay the Spire, like, a different... Oh, see, this is an RPG game. See, but this is colorful, though. Like, see, it's not gray. Like, you notice how dudes are playing the colorful game more? Just, it's so odd, man. Oh, man, there's more women here than men. Okay. Alright. I'm not helping myself out here. I'm really not helping myself out here. I'm trying to be like, yeah, look, the dudes play like freaking, like, the colorful games than women do, and women play all the fucking crazy like violent games. But it's just in general, I'm being like, I know these are just streamers, so technically it doesn't count. But like, dude, like it's mostly just women playing games, right? Like obviously it's like late at night, it's like 2 a.m, so I'm probably being beaten out by like fucking just women in general right now. You know what? And isn't that a beautiful...
I actually used to dislike GTA 4 for its lack of color.
Uh-huh. GTA 4 for its lack of color? GTA 4 is pretty colorful though, isn't it? Whoop. GTA 4. Actually, I do not know what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just solid proof that, like, seems like it has some color to it. This is, like, town square, though. Okay, yeah, that could be a problem. This is GTA 5, hold on. Yeah. Looks a little colorful. It's got some color to it. Except for moments like this, I guess. Hold on. Let's type in GTA 4. GTA Live.
At least, the colors in GTA 4 are more muted than what I expected.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some lack of color here for sure. Okay, hey, you're on to something. Yeah, it's a little bit gray. Yeah. It's got some greenery in there, but yeah, it's pretty gray. Not all too colorful, is it? Yeah. These types of games was what I was talking about, though, is just like the fact that people were just kind of tired of just games that were just gray like this all the time. So, you know, people are just tired of this type of grayness in video games, you know? So, like just the browns and grays. This is why I will probably never play GTA, because look how fucking long the campaign is. Like, look how long, like, it is just to complete this game. 12 hours of gameplay just to finish this game, bro. Just to, like, actually get everything in the game. God, just 100% it, dude. That sounds like hell, brother. You wanna check my comments? Let me see. Oh, this person just liked it. I need this? You need what? Oh, you said it, you. Yeah, because I said it, you, fame. What? I hope you are all okay right about now. The fuck happened? Oh yeah, it's because a bunch of people are like, a bunch of people were freaking.
Fame is lame. Community is what makes the funny.
Yeah. Fame is lame. Community is what makes the funny. Exactly. It's always better to have a community than have fans. You know. That's what y'all are to me, is community, not fans. You know. Maybe not friends, but you guys are colleagues in my eyes. So, you know. Am I building a parasocial relationship like that? Yes, probably, but you guys aren't fans to me. You're my community. You know, and I will always hold that, you know, to the highest degree. So, you know, You guys are not under me. You guys are equal to me. So, you know, probably better than me, I should say. People equal to me is like trash. So I mean, you know, let's not put you guys that low.
Colleagues is a far more generous term than what I expected, for sure.
Colleagues is a far more generous term than I expected. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I just rather have a community than have like fans, because I feel like if I'm like, because fans are like, how do I say this? It's people that are interested in like a specific thing that you do, and that's it, and not really like the person itself, if that makes any sense. I know that technically I don't know I don't know you guys personally, so, but, you know, I'd rather talk to you like people than talk to you like a fan base, because that's just annoying. I don't want to be a fucking content creator where I'm like, hey guys, oh chat, check this out, chat. Hey chat, oh chat. No, fuck that shit. Fuck fame. You know, fuck fame, fuck the, you know, like, I don't know, man. Fuck it all. So, it's nice just having one-on-ones like this too, sometimes, you know, where it's just me and one other person. So, you know, it feels a lot more like we're actually having a conversation than actually, like, than me having to, like, freaking try to keep up with, like, a bunch of people. It gets chaotic after a while. Then it could be fan-esque, but, you know, it's nice when it's just a one-on-one. I don't know. I know a lot of...
I just checked the community tab on this stream. I am legit the only person here.
Oh yeah, 1000%. That's fine.
Just you, me, and the bots.
Yep. The one thing that's really funny is, like, how do you say it? Like, yeah, people think it's a little odd, but it's like, I don't know. I've always loved the fact that, like, you know, it's just kind of nice when it's just like a one-on-one sometimes, like with me and one other person here, because it feels like, you know, I actually get to just talk to that person and like know them more personally than like talking to like 20 people at once, you know. It's nice just for it to just be me, like me and you, you know, or me and one other person talking. Because I mean, it's nice.
But yeah, having an engaging community is just too useful and relieving.
Yeah, exactly. Having an engaging community is just too useful and relieving. Exactly. Well, it's just nice to have a community rather than fans, because fans, like, are there for, like, one type of thing, and you're, like, stressed all the time and, like, entertaining people. Don't get me wrong, I still like entertaining people, right? That's my main thing. I love entertaining folks. But, you know, I'd rather not be that person that, like, has this high-end stress of basically being, like, you know, I'm not trying to build a parasocial relationship, but I'm not, like, I'd rather just not be this person that's, like, trying to, like, I'd rather not devalue
I do also like
you.
having just a tete-a-tete, a one-on-one convo for being more personal with friends.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I may not be, like, a friend. Like, I'm not a friend. I can't be your friend because it's impossible, because I won't be there for you at the worst times in your life, you know, but, like, you know, I'm definitely somebody that, like, still considers you guys, like the community. You guys are just the art community, so you guys are a part of an already existing community.
We know each other. We're both chill. We can just goof off with as much as want with each other with no worries.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like, it's inconsequential, right? You guys are a part of, like, the art community, so, like, it's not necessarily me, like, trying to get, like, fans off of, like, art that like art. It's like, it's me just more engaging with the art community more than, like, what do you call it? Me engaging with the art community more than just trying to sit here, trying to, every 2 seconds, trying to entertain folks, right? You know, and don't get me wrong, I get that that's kind of the point of entertainment, but, like, at the same time, it's just nice sometimes when it's just like a one-on-one like this. It's so nice just to get to know somebody, you know, because it's always someone different every time too. Like, you know, I chat with phones sometimes. I chat with Zen on occasions, you know. Umsk even sometimes, you know, he tells me some stuff, so, you know, it's nice just to chat with people, get everybody's different perspectives on different things. Like, I may not be a very smart person or a very intelligent person, but, you know, even, what do you call it? Even, freaking, what's his name? Hold on. Fuck is his name? MK. You know, even MK I talk to sometimes. Trying to think who else I've talked to a lot here. Nox, I've obviously. Oh, Super Chef. Oh wait, you. Yeah, duh. Never mind.
Conversations with less people tend to be far more engaging.
Conversations with less people tend to be far more engaging. Yeah, exactly. You know. Like, I don't know. It's like, I know in the future, if it ever happens, it's rare that it will ever happen, but if it does ever happen, it is gonna kind of suck being that person that just, like, is there just to entertain folks than there to, like, engage with the community fully, because I know eventually, like, if too many people enter, I just have to be like, you know, I just have to tell people it's like, hey, you know, and entertain folks, and, I don't know, man. Like, even, I try to make sure the text-to-speech, like, even when it gets a little chaotic, I do it every 3 messages instead of every single message, so at the very least I can keep engaging with you guys, but man, dude, like, it feels unfortunate when it's like I can't give everybody the same attention, you know? Like, I really like having these one-on-ones, but again, you know, I don't know. It's the consequence, I guess, of wanting to entertain folks, you know? Because eventually you probably will lose that, like, connection with, like, certain viewers, and, like, the only people that you probably will,
I have honestly also imagined meeting up with you IRL for fun, which may not happen, but I can always dream.
Yeah, of course, man. Like, how do you say it? Probably. I want to plan, like, real-life events myself as well, you know? Like, I just would have to build enough of a community to do that shit. Like I said, I want to, like, build, like, an event, like, where, you know, I'm gonna start small, right? But, like, I want to, like, do a thing where, like, people can, like, paint and...
Even with a community of just a few people, tons of great stuff can be made.
Exactly, you know? And that's what I'm saying, like, I just have to get people that are in my state, and then I have to get, like, and then I have to, like, kind of build things slowly and, like, have maybe, like, start off, like, one event where it's, like, a little trolley where we have just, like, a bunch of people, like, just painting shit in, like, a park or something. I don't know, because I genuinely, like, I have a goal at the end of this, right? Like, I want to get a bunch of people in one area to hang out, right? That's what I'm doing this for, right? Mainly to, like, obviously engage with a shitload of artists and just, like, interact with each other and just have some fun, right? Like, you know, at one point I'll start with, like, a park where probably not much will happen, but then I'll start, like, just doing things slowly over time where I have event after event after
I would love
event
that,
after
and not just saying
event.
that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's if I don't die before that happens, though, so, you know, again, like, who knows, so, I may die before that happens, but it would be nice to, at least, you know, be nice to actually just, you know, actually have y'all interact with each other and know each other in reality, so, I like that, where just everybody can kind of, like, you know, hang out, like, just...
I would gladly just go with my IRL college friends to just do something silly in public. Preferably doing something that doesn't require spending money.
Yeah. Like, it would probably start off with something that doesn't really require money, but, like, I don't know, I'll probably start with something that's, like, video-esque and, like, do something that's very, like, gimmicky, so at least, like, everybody can just, like, fuck around, you know, and have fun, and then, like, maybe make a video out of it, but then in the future, like, you know, I want to do, like, bigger events and stuff, but because I used to do that stuff, I just don't anymore. I will probably just do things, like, probably very at the start where it's, like, you know, it's like going to, like, a rollerblading place or something, like a roller skate rink, or, like, you know, like a roller skate rink, maybe, like, maybe, like, go out, like, you know, to a bowling alley and then, like, then maybe, like, an arcade eventually, and then, like, get bigger and bigger and bigger, like, have, like, this whole, like, warehouse that we maybe rent, like, maybe have, like, a studio area that we rent, and then, like, you know, then I, you know, have certain things for, like, videos, like, oh, I try to teach everybody, like, I try to teach my audience to dance or something, right? Like, I'm gonna kind of make something like Unis Honest, right? But instead I want, like, I want to, like, get the fans involved in it, you know? Like, where basically every time I make a video, it won't just be, like, it won't just be all about me. It will be this video where people can actually be involved in a video, right? Like where fans can get involved in a video, right? You know, like obviously there's like I can do like gaming stuff too, where like we play like a game and everybody gets involved in a certain event. But I want my channel to be based off of like this is the community's channel. Everybody is involved in this event. Like obviously I'm like the face of it, but then,
You know what I'd personally love to do? Play a concert at a small, local venue like a bar or nightclub.
Yeah, of course, you know. Yeah, we could try that. Like maybe maybe like rent out like a bar and then have a challenge where it's like people like have like a karaoke challenge and like by the end whoever wins we give like a gimmicky we give them like a gimmicky prize. That would be a fun video. Like I said, like I want my videos to be stuff like that, right? Eventually. But I don't think I would ever be able to get it. I would probably do I would do something where probably like I said, I would start with making like animatic.
I do also sing. I used to go on Furry karaoke all the time on VRChat.
Yeah. Well, we have a place around here called Puppyoki, or a place in my state that there's like a bar that we have like a karaoke event that already happens every once in a while. So I'm like, if I could do something like that, that would be kind of fun, So, I would genuinely just like to get a bunch of people just to hang out and just fuck around, Karaoke would definitely be a fun thing, just get a bunch of people to do goofy shit, even if it's the same thing 50 million times just for a funny video. Like I said, I don't know, I would be doing obviously I would be posting animation stuff because I still like art. I still like making art. But I also want if I'm going to make a second channel, that would be my second channel, right? My second channel would be about the community, right? It would just be oh, here's event XYZ, and then all the fans, all of you guys would be there, having fun with the event. And it will probably start with 1 or 2 or 3 people, but then eventually I know as it grows, people would as it grows, people would be way more I say as it grows, I would probably have to put a cap on it, where I can only invite certain amounts of people at a time. So,
Now that you'll mention it, I imagine a community-based stream where a bunch of us do something together in the voice channel in the Discord server.
Yeah, there's also that too. Like I said, in places where it can be chaotic, online, I'll definitely have some of that happen, right? Because the best stuff, usually a lot of times the best videos on the internet that I used to watch on YouTube a lot was community-based ones where the community was involved because it's always funny just watching the creator just have a bunch of people trying to tame a bunch of chaotic chatters, and it's really fun to have sometimes, and it's then you just highlight a few people and they just bring chaos. So, that's always fun. But with real life events, I would have to put a cap on it and be okay, only 20 people in this, or only 100 people in this, right? Because people have done it with YouTubers, right? But I don't want to do it where it's oh, I collaborated with XYZ YouTubers. I want if I'm gonna collaborate with YouTubers, I want
I used to stream my music creating on Discord voice channels, and I could stream something in the video game's voice channel, or a multiplayer game.
Yeah, that too, that could be funny. I would say maybe if I ever collaborate with other YouTubers, which might happen at one point. Oh, what I would do is if it's those event things, I would have maybe 2 or 3 YouTubers and then have a mix of our audience together to kind of, and then have us be judges and that kind of stuff. That would be fun as hell, dude. Now that would be really fun. So, cause if that's big, sure, is that big production? Yeah, of course. Unfortunately, I'd probably get kind of corporate with it, but at the same time, it would be about the fans. So, would it get really fucking heavy and probably be...
Heck, I'll collab with you if either one of us gets an idea.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's unfortunately, eventually the videos would get kind of Mr. Beastie, where it's like, or it's like I would have just a fuckload of fans, like, in reality, doing this stuff, but, like, unfortunately, like, I would have, like, that high production shit, but, like, it would just have to happen eventually if I want something like that to happen, you know? I would really hate, I don't want to be that channel that gets, like, really corporate-y and, like, you know, gets to the level where it's like, oh yeah, well, this is a high production video, and it's like, oh, well, you know, colors, like, you know, I don't want to become that fucking guy, but, like, eventually I'll be that channel that could have, like, a bunch of sponsors, and, like, and then people will be like...
We're both small channels. We wouldn't start off on those high production, generic corporate videos.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't start off like that, but, like, you know,
Twitch ad, damn it.
Eventually the bigger... God damn it.
You just want to end the stream or what?
Huh? I do not. I do not want to end the stream. I want to kind of continue talking real quick. I just want to finish this last thing I was going to say before stream ends.
End stream or wait out the ad.
No, I'm waiting out the ad.
Ad is over.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just, the one thing, like, I just want to say one more thing beforehand. Yeah, no, I mean, eventually it would get high production-y, but it would always involve like, you know, you guys, the viewers, the fans, the community, right? Like, and that's the thing, like, I would always involve that stuff. Eventually it would get really high production, I guess, because, like, that would just happen. It would suck, because I don't want it to be like that, but, like, eventually I would be that guy that would have to do that if I want, like, if I want to involve the community as much as possible, so it's like, it sucks.
Considering we're both very small channels, I say it will be a long ways until it becomes high production.
Yeah, exactly, it will be, but, you know, that's what I'm saying. If it ever gets there, like I said, I might die before that happens, but, you know, like, it will be interesting, because, like, I do genuinely want to try that, you know, just have, like, communities come together, and people just, like,
and the way I see it,
out.
we'll both forever be small channels, so I wouldn't even worry about that future.
Yeah. I would say probably not, but I'm not gonna lie, what we would be doing would be a little out of the ordinary, and the algorithm would probably like it, let's be honest. I hate to be that person, but it is a very algorithmic thing, unfortunately, because people, like, when they see, like, YouTube videos like that, and they can get involved in, like, the community, because, like, think of, like, Doug, right? Like, Doug's videos are literally purely based off of, like, the community and just the community alone, right? Like, his channel basically is like, hey, I had the community do this, I had the community do that, I had the community do this. His other videos, like, do okay, right, when it involves, like, video games and stuff, but it's specifically stuff that involves the community, that's the stuff that does well. Like, that's the stuff that always does well on the YouTube channel. And I'm like, I think that's how it will, like, I think that will just be, like, how it will be, but in real life for us, right? Because unfortunately, those channels just get big no matter what. Like, there's like a couple of channels that have done it, and, like, people usually only do it as, like, a 1 or 2 time thing. But if we keep doing that over and over and over again, the fan base will grow and grow and grow and grow, because it will be like the community. It will be like a community of people that are getting interested in, like, in these, like, events of being like, ooh, the Color Storm event, and you'll, like, and people will just start, like, piling on, where it will be even people that are not even interested in the YouTube
Engagement
channel.
is a key part of being successful. Some people don't like it when the live streamer doesn't interact with the audience.
Yeah, exactly, and that's kind of the thing. I think what it is, like, because I would be literally directly interacting with you guys, where, like, where I would have, like, you guys, like, invited into a place.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you would, I would invite you guys to, like, an event, and then I would physically, like, it would be different people every time, probably, but, like, I am interacting with you guys as direct as humanly possible, so, like, because of the fact that like I would be one of those creators that would be directly like interacting with you guys, I would probably have this fan base that consistently like attends these events for even people that probably wouldn't even watch the channel that would just attend these events and therefore the channel would just actually do genuinely well because that would just be that would infinitely keep happening over and over again as long as I would always have sponsors, which would probably continue happening because then I have the proof is in the pudding for sponsors to be like the proof is in the pudding for sponsors to like sit there and be like, oh yeah, well this guy clearly has customers. Like it's very clear that I would just eventually just have infinitely be I would be able to do that so often, so much, so long, right? I'd be able to do that so much. And it's like, and I could keep doing that until it's over.
Bigger content creators would have too many people attending, so they can't really be that intriguing. But we're small artists, we're real.
Yeah, exactly. Bigger content creators would have too many people attending. Well, that's what I'm saying. It would start with like a small group of, it would start with like maybe like a couple people or like nobody attending at all, right? And then but then eventually like one person would come in, then two people would like attend these events, then three, then four, then five, then 10, then 20, then 30, then 100, then like thousands, it's like then you'd have to put a fucking cap on it where like eventually I would have to be like, okay, only like 50 people, 50 lucky people can be a part of this event at a time. And then then video after video, people would just constantly be like submitting to try to get a part of these events, right? And it's like and these and like it would
I'm sure those big content creators started off with less people at their events being more intriguing nevertheless.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It probably did. That's usually how it started, right? They started with barely any people, right? And it's like they got bigger and bigger and bigger over time. But the difference is a lot of these people intended for that to happen. Someone like me doesn't intend for that to happen, but I feel like it's going to happen anyway because it does happen. It's weird, but it does happen, and I'm very worried that because I don't know. Because of the fact that I wouldn't be doing it for the money, but for the sake of memories and events, right? For the sake of attending something for your memories, to be a part of just a fun thing for you to just remember forever, right? It's like all of a sudden that's that would be the appeal, and it just would fucking suck because then eventually I would just have to get to that larger production at one point where the bigger it grows, the more I have to have income for it. And I've hit this reality that no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you don't no matter how much you don't want
it does happen, but personally, I find it very unlikely and wouldn't even entertain that thought of being a big, fake content creator with not that intriguing events.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be a fake content creator, right? I'm being genuine. I just having these fun events would be fun, right? I want to make things fun for people. I want to make a big fun event for just people to just hang out in, right? And people to hang out and people have just fun, goofy things to do, right? Because I mean, everybody has boredom eventually, right? It's people don't want to just keep watching stuff on the internet and want to attend some things, maybe bring some friends along and just have some fucking fun, right? Have some fun, have a fun hobby to do real,
Sure, I've thought of being big and famous before, but it's not realistic at all, so I try to ground myself and acknowledge the skills of being an actual artist with a real community.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not trying to be famous. That's not the goal. I don't want to be famous. That's the problem. I don't want to be famous. That's not my intention. It's just eventually there'll just be more and more people that will attend events if I create these large events in real life for people to go to all the time, right? And it's like, it would just be interesting because then it's like, eventually it will get to that size. And I don't know if I want that. You know, I don't know if I want to keep doing that. So then it gets to the level where it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to get to Mr. Beast size, you know, which is not going to ever happen. That never happens. But like, fuck, man. But like every time somebody like starts small and then starts creating these events for like ordinary people to attend, you know, it production just gets more and more and more. And it's like, as much as I want to be that person, it's just, ugh, man, I don't know. Like, that shit just sounds stressful as hell. And I just want to be like an artist. I don't want to.
If I ever see that happen where I become too big of a content creator, I'd start by planning out the events to be less frequent and upload less often.
Yeah, I mean, me too. That's what I'm saying. Like and that's the thing, is it'll become more and more of an event, and more people will just like subscribe to that YouTube channel, because then you would be that guy that's like so genuine that everybody wants to, like, you know, watch that channel and be like, oh man, well, if this guy posts, like, he actually cares about what he's putting together. And then it will be like every few months, and then it will extend and extend and extend, and it will just get real, it will get too much at a certain point, right? Like, it sucks. It's like, that's the thing is, you know, because I've noticed that, like, where, you know, something happens and then people just get too big, and it's like, I don't know, you know, because genuine people tend to like be a part of this stuff and like continue doing this stuff, and then they eventually quit because it just becomes too stressful. And it's like, you know, this has happened a few times before, and people just genuinely like just quit. Those people have quit YouTube because they just like, because they've gotten too large. And I don't know. Because the moment I start doing it, I recognize that I might do something that I don't intend for, right? And it won't be instant. It won't be like super fast. It just, like, if it ever gets to that point, I don't know. I'd rather be known for my art than be known for large events like that, if that makes any sense, you know? So, I have no idea. But, who knows, you know? 'Cause I don't want to, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, it's not happening for a bit. I might plan something. I'm gonna see if anybody, like, might plan something recently if, like, anybody is in my state, just to see. And if the answer, like, until I get, like, a few people, like, I'll just, what do I call it? Like, you know, I'll plan something if I need, like, a few people, so, you know. I have no idea. Because honestly, the irony is, like, it's like, as much as everybody shits on Mr. Beast, as funny as it is, like, a video of being like, I challenge one of my viewers to a game of tennis, and if they won, they get $300 or some shit like that, right? It's, like, really hard to, like...
I find it unlikely that anyone else is watching this forum the same state as you, but it's worth planning something anyway.
Let's see, watching this forum the same state as you. Yeah, I bet not, but, you know, if it does happen, like I said, you know, like, the first thing I want to kind of do is challenge a viewer to, like, frisbee golf. That sounds, like, really funny, right? Like, that's, like, if I find, like, a viewer that's in Arizona, I want to challenge them to frisbee golf. That sounds like such a weird thing, but, like, you know, like, that will be, like, the first thing I would do, right? So, and then, like, you know, then the next time I would have, like, you know, and then maybe, like, it would be tennis, then I would have, like, people at batting cages, and I don't know. I want to, like, just have, like, you know, do challenges for people, just for people to have fun events, right? And then have, like, a prize by the end, you know? And that's always the annoying thing, is because that's when you start getting to Mr. Beastification, because then all of a fucking sudden, Like, then all of a fucking sudden it just ends up being about, like, fucking money. I don't want to do that. It's like, the whole point is, like, the event, not the money that people are winning, but I want to still reward people for engaging with these events, you know? And it's like, at least, let people, for people, one, to have fun, but for two, it's like I would feel bad because I want people to, like, I want to, award prizes for the winner, right? Like a game, right? Like just a bunch of games, it feels like, right? Feels like, I don't know. It's weirdly like I could see, I hate it because I'm like, I weirdly can see why people kind of feel, what do you call it? I can weirdly see why, doing events like those can be really fucking fun, you know? Because that's what he does. He always, he does these, challenges for people, and it's like, and then, then people win prizes. And I'm like, fuck, man, that sounds so fun. Just to, that sounds so fun. Just get a bunch of people to play games together and just, enjoy themselves and have fun. And just, keep, at random, just, spin a wheel, at random, just have people come at these events, come for these events and just, and just, have some fun. It sounds like such an awesome thing, dude. Maybe I'm crazy. I just, it just sounds fun as hell for some odd reason. And I don't know why. It sounds so Mr. Beasty, but I don't want, I don't want to be a Mr. Beast, right? Ugh.
I don't find that crazy at all. Just doing stuff IRL.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds annoying, but it's like, it's like I just don't want to do the Mr. Beast version stuff, but it's like it just feels like I would immediately when I do that, I'm gonna fall into that trap. And it's like, and then I'll just be known as that guy that gives money away, and I just don't want to be known as that guy that gives money away. I'd rather be known as that guy that that has fun events real people can attend, I don't know. I'm thinking way too ahead of time, but it's like, if it ever gets to that level where it's like, where it's like, okay, we hit a cap of 50, then I have to have this document that people submit to be able to be a part of it. Then I have to email people, and then people can, go to this exclusive event, and it just feels so snobbish to have people.
I personally wouldn't worry at all about becoming that Mr. Beast kind of content creator, because the internet is so competitive that I don't imagine me nor you ever being a big corporate content creator.
No, I don't expect to be a corporate creator. It's just even at a small scale, think about it.
I will have to admit that you're thinking too far ahead of time, which to be fair I do too.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I have to get there first, but the moment that I start it, it won't stop. It will snowball. It will fucking snowball eventually. And I just and I just feel weird if I ever do that, right? Because it's like I said, it'll start with one person, then it'll start with two people, then it'll be it will fail a lot, but then eventually you'll get one person will be there, then two people, then three, then four, then five, then 10, then 20, then 30, then 50, then 100. Because people, it's not the fact that people would enjoy my channel, it's the fact that people would want people want to attend events to go to, right? People just want to have fun, if that makes any sense, right? It's a hobby that people are gonna go to for fun, right? Like I said, people will just go there because it's fun, right? Because it's fun to do certain things, right? That's what people would be going there for. People will go there because it's for fun, right? And it's because I wouldn't be doing it with YouTubers and doing it with viewers specifically, Like, it just will be this thing where I just do over and over and over again, and it will just end up being something new every time. And it's like people may not want to, like, you know, maybe people wouldn't watch this, like maybe it wouldn't be that explosive of a channel, but people would definitely be attending these events a lot more. So, you know, like I can see how it could become like a problem later in life, you know? So, you know, for now I'm known as the funny, goofy cartoon man, right? But like later I could be known as like the guy that like creates like large events, you know? It's like, you know, I just don't know, man. Because people, like, I know this sounds crazy, but that is a thing that seems to work every fucking time. Is like the moment that you start involving actual people that want to be involved in like videos like that, it just ends up being like, it ends up growing like bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until eventually, like, you know, till eventually you get to that high end level, you know. I've seen it happen a few times already, and like, you know, and it just like, you know, you keep the integrity of just only being the guy that like that has it where it's about the viewers. You keep it about the viewers and not about yourself, like on your own channel. People will stay watching. And the algorithm will actually like it. I just don't like appealing to the algorithm. I don't know. Like I said, it will start small, but later it just will grow, you know. It will fail a lot, but eventually it will grow and people will just start, like, being a part of these things a lot more often. Ugh. I don't know, man. Like, I know I'm being unrealistic, but, like, just think about that for a second, you know? Think about that for a second. It's like, you know, it's not a what if it doesn't, it's a what if it does. What if it, like, it's like, yeah, high chance that it doesn't ever get, like, as big as, like, as I think that it could, or, like, as big as, like, you know, where we have, like, hundreds of people to, like, the level where I have to, like, you know, have, like, a document where people sign up to be a part of these events. But, like, but it's more of a what if it does. And I'm just very afraid of that. It's not a what if it doesn't, it's a what if it does.
I have thought about it, and I really don't expect it to happen.
No, I don't expect it to happen, right? Like, I don't. I really, really don't. And I'm like, but like, you know, I'm sitting here afraid of being like, what if I end up accidentally, like, just ending up being this person that's, like, known for being, like, making these events for people to go to all the time, and, like, and eventually people just start, like, eventually the amount of people that, like, you know, go to it.
It can, of course, happen, but I find the chances too low to even worry.
I mean, I guess, but, you know, I guess. It would have to start with one person, like I said. But, I don't know, man. Events grow larger and larger every time. Like I said, I wouldn't really worry too much about it, but I mean, look at, like, the furry community, man. Like, one of the events that I went to, like, it's called, like, Desert Breeze, and, it started with such a low amount of people, but then it grew so much to the level where there's, like, literal hundreds of people there. And, man, like...
Even if that bleak future does happen, I imagine the burnout from excessive events and members will be a big motivator to stop or at least it slow down.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I just don't. God, dude. That's why I'm a little afraid of it. That's what I'm saying. Because one, it'll be a second channel thing. And two, like, again, just, like, it's such a fucking, like, it's such a thing that would be, that people would probably click on. And people would, like, like, one, probably people would click on it, but two, like, people that would genuinely know about me, like, my name would get out there and people would, like, know me for having my viewers, like, be a part of all my events. You know, be a part of, like, the event of, like, I don't know, like, a fucking wipeout, like, course, right? You know, I'd have, like, a bunch of, like, that would sound fun as hell, like, making, like, a wipeout course, and, like, and, like, whichever viewer
Yeah,
makes
I
it
think
to
you are
the
worrying too
end.
much. If it does happen, the burnout will eventually stop you.
It will, yeah, don't get me wrong, but, you know, I'm not really worried about that, you know. It's an if, not a win, right? You know, but, fuck, man. Sorry, I'm actually falling asleep in my chair. All right, good night. I gotta snooze because I'm actually falling asleep in my chair. Good night. Good night.